actually works. All right.
Oh my.
Triangle shape, I'm gonna need 4 limbs, a circle. I don't know how to sew yarn onto fabric though. That's gonna be interesting.
Very carefully.
Exactly. Unless I take the circles for the head, use like the face as one, and then like do the back of the head in black, and then I just stitch in the yarn all over the top. That way it hangs back.
Are you talking about the yarn?
Yeah.
Or about the hair?
Yeah.
So what I do is like I take the thread and I kind of like make like a little loop around the around like the end of the yarn to like hold it closed, and then like sew it flush against the back of the head, and make like another knot there.
I think so. Like I'm looking at, like, I'm drawing the circle for like the head shape because it's just like a rack. It's a basic rectangle shape. And I'm thinking if I take the fabric for the back of the head and make it the same shade of black as the yarn, then I can sew the yarn like all over the top of the head. That way it hangs down against the black background.
I'm nodding. You can't see this.
I sense it. I can feel it in my heart.
Agreeing.
Excuse me. As soon as I put my sketchbook away, I'll start muting whenever I make a really crazy noise. Because I can't breathe like a normal person. Yeah.
Sing.
Imagine breathing.
Breathing.
Couldn't be me. Could not
You
be
don't
me.
have to breathe. Except for Nano.
I have a routine that reminds me to breathe.
Oh my god.
And that's why you breathe.
No, sometimes I straight up forget. I'm sorry.
Breathing is half the battle.
You ever just forget to breathe? I mean...
When I was a kid, that was actually a thing. There'd be times where I would just, like, lose the ability to breathe, like, without thinking about it, and it was really fucking weird as a concept.
Mm-hmm.
Like...
But, like, if I'm focused on something, I either will take, like, really short, shallow breaths that I don't even notice, or I just straight up will hold my breath and not realize it, and that's like, oh, hold up. I need to breathe.
Yeah.
The lightheadedness is kicking in. Woohoo!
It's strange, too, because that's the sort of thing that's, like, controlled, like, autonomously, right? So, when you become aware of your breathing and you realize that, oh, I have to think about it, it becomes scary.
Yeah.
It's a very good spell to cast on people. I cast manual breathing.
Can you, like, cast that on me and have it, like, stay constantly? Because I keep forgetting.
I'm gonna cast my ultimate spell. It's called Not Alive.
Oh, jeez.
Doesn't sound like an uncommon spell. I'm looking at you, Power Word Kill. We've got 1 minute before the starting soon screen goes up. Is everyone ready and good?
Just to let you know, I actually am already in the waiting room.
Ah, excellent.
I'm gonna go grab my tissue box real quick so I can sneeze.
Imagine sneezing.
Excellent work. All right, it's like 8 seconds too, so I'm just gonna hit the starting soon screen and then add the 5-minute timer now.
Imagine Dragons.
I would prefer that we didn't. Aragon was not a good book series.
No, it was not.
Oh, it wasn't? I haven't read it yet.
I mean,
Don't.
it's
Okay.
not the worst
Don't
thing in the
bother.
world, but,
Dude wrote it when he was 16. It's not a good, like, not a well-written book.
yeah. I mean, it was basically Lord of the Rings fan fiction. It was a good attempt at the time, I think.
Okay, but for a 16-year-old, is it decent?
Yeah. The later books were okay because they were written when he got older and when he had more
Yeah, when
skill.
he figured out how to write book. But it's like, I read the first 5 Harry Potter books waiting for them to get good. I did not give Aragon the same benefit of the doubt. The first book did not do it for me, and I just DNF'd it.
And
Dang.
you don't. I'm glad you didn't try to read the second book because I sure did, and he ran into the opposite problem with the first book. So the first book, you know, baby's first try. Kind of the plot points were quite formulaic, and you kind of knew where things were heading, etc., etc. The second book was the part where he was clearly entering his lore and world building phase, and too much of it. It was so fucking thick. I didn't finish it.
Yeah, I feel like between having written the first one and the second one, he got his hands on a copy of the Silmarillion,
Yes.
and then was like, you know what would be really cool is if I did this, but like better and with more dragons. And then boy,
Not to mention,
I haven't read the second one, but boy, have I know people who have.
Good morning, Mika. Also, back then, all the marketing was like, "Oh, look, this 16-year-old is so good of a writer. He got published at 16. You can too." And then you find out years later that it's because his parents owned the publishing company, which published
it's
it.
nepotism.
Oh, I see. If anything, it'd be a good read for reference material on what not to do at a stoplight.
Yeah, actually. And I feel so bad because the movie somehow managed to be worse. I mean, the book was tolerable, but the movie was such a disgrace that it made people actually cry when they went to watch it. Cry because it was that bad. I mean, because knowing everything that we told you about the book, right? Imagine trying to adapt that word for word, scene for scene, and then halfway through you just decide we're gonna stop adapting it word for word, scene for scene, and just start making shit up. That's actually what happened, and it could have probably worked and just been really slow and been a B movie if they adapted it word for word. But halfway through, it became fan fiction of something that was already fan fiction to begin with, and not in a good way.
It's bad. If you want to read a series of middle grade or YA fiction that has that kind of whimsy but isn't stupid, then read Howl's Moving Castle and the next two that come in that series.
I started reading that. I have it on my desk. It's literally right here next to me. I was reading it for a reading stream, and then I stopped because the depression kicked in. Eventually, I'll finish it. But I didn't know it. I didn't know it had sequels. I was like, oh my god, it has sequels!
There's two more in that direct series, and then Jones has put out a whole bunch more books in that universe as well.
For a moment there, at first I was thinking like, I don't remember there being other anime in the series, and then I remembered, wait, this is an adaptation of a book, not yeah.
The moment I found out that Howl's Moving Castle had a book, I was like, where is it? I need it. And it's so good, and for what?
Every now and then you see You first, sorry.
Go on.
I was just gonna say...
I was just saying it is very good.
I was just gonna say, every now and then when you do see a Western and Eastern exchange and adaptation, every now and then it's just good. Like, for example, End of Tomorrow with Tom Cruise, that's actually an adaptation of All You Need Is Kill, a Japanese science fiction novel.
Yeah, alright, well, do what we can, I suppose. We're at 15 seconds to audio going live.
Excellent.
I'm not afraid.
PogChamp.
Be thou unafraid.
Be not
scared of my life.
Right. Wonderful. Now then, let's get started, shall we? Hello, everyone. It's us.
It is us.
Wow, that was an intro there, wasn't
Hello.
it?
It sure was.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to class. My name is Cosmo Bergamot. I am the Dean of the School of Conjuration here at the Teme Welt Royal Academy for the Metaphysical Arts. And I am joined today by my four wonderful colleagues and students to do the next session of a Call of Cthulhu TTRPG. Do some introductions then, shall we? Start with Nano. Nano, who are you and what do you do? All right.
I forgot
Excellent.
I was gonna say.
Thank you very much for your time, Nano.
I'll just leave. Goodbye.
Excellent, Dan.
That's all for me. I'm sorry. I like blanked out. I'm Nano. I do streaming sometimes, except for this weekend because I'm sick.
Blah.
Oh no, Nano, the sickness. You should not be so down with it. If only that were not a reference from like literally 15 years ago.
I
Down.
didn't choose Thug Life. Thug Life chose me.
It says Nano and then coughs into their sleeve. Excellent, very good. Hey Lols, who are you? What do you do?
I'm Lulz, the shitposter AI, and now here I am joined to play TTRPGs, and I'm slowly getting back into streaming regularly, even though most of the streams have been collabs.
What's wrong with a stream made primarily of collabs? Nothing wrong with that.
I guess nothing is
Nothing
wrong with that.
Amazing, very good. Lilith, who are you? What do you do?
Lilith Mirror. I stream on Twitch sometimes. Yeah, that's about it. I'm pretty boring.
You're not boring. Take that back right now.
If you were boring, then we would not have you here on this cast today. I refuse to allow such a thing. Would you allow others to say that about people that you like?
No, of course not.
So now you know how we feel about it when you say it about yourself.
Don't do it, Doodle.
Don't do it.
Oh goodness. And Cross, who are you? What do you do?
Hi. I'm the crossplanar cleric. I am in the astral plane, just kind of adrift here. And I'm currently just investigating my surroundings and trying to say hi to people.
Hi, people.
It's a good, well, I don't know if it's exactly a good place to be, but it's a good way to pass your time, I suppose.
Ah.
Wonderful. All right. So how's everyone doing? How's everyone feeling after last week's session? We got some questions to answer, some trauma to resolve. How's everyone feeling?
I'm ready for even more trauma.
Yeah, I'm good.
Hype.
Well,
Hype.
you know.
Someone got
The
shot.
physical trauma. Yeah, I was just about to be like, there's head trauma and there's like a gunshot wound. But Gia has not had any physical trauma happen to her yet. So
Yet.
we'll
Or
see.
sanity loss.
Yeah, this is true. So far, everyone is still doing pretty okay, all things considered. But let us consider fewer things in that direction and instead hop right on into the game if everyone is ready.
Mm-hmm. I'm just messing with camera settings, but otherwise we're ready.
How dare the camera not have the correct settings already? So then, let's begin. The world desperately tries to be normal. Nature is the sum and the average of all things within itself, and most of the time that turns out to be a relatively unassuming place, with relatively unassuming folk, doing normal things that they think are far more important than they actually are in the grand scheme of things. However, despite its best efforts, sometimes something strange must exist in the world. So it is with the little suburb of Northshire, California, on this early autumn day, when Tony made pizza, when the news talked about stock prices falling, and when 4 people saw a man shoot someone, have his neck broken, have his skull split open and spill out the insides in the middle of a Chuck E. Cheese parking lot, and then start getting pursued by various folk. And all because of a doll, a pair of glasses, a spoon, a ruler, and a metal fork. Now, after this harrowing set of experiences, those 4 unlucky individuals find themselves sitting in a storage room in the sacristy of the St. Dionysius Catholic Church, while someone waits patiently outside for them. It is Thursday, September 3rd, 1981. The evening sky darkening gradually as the church service, sort of awkwardly, picks back up. What would you like to do?
Oh boy.
Gia is not having
Everybody
a
just awkwardly looks at each other like,
Gia is not having a good day at all. She wants to leave. We must find an escape.
But Emily told us to stay here.
That is a thing that did get said.
Who told us
We
to stay
never
here?
actually did finish introducing ourselves to each other. Mio introduced herself, but everyone else.
Yeah.
That's true.
she's trying so hard to.
That is very true.
We
Kind of stuck in this situation now. Might as well just like, all right, we need to know what our familiar faces are so we can know who's not.
yeah. So hi.
Ow!
Peter, the only adult surrounded by all these.
Why are you all children?
Excuse you, I'm 19.
Hold head in hands.
Emphasis on the teen. Sorry.
I'm not a child anymore, Mom.
Nano, shut up. You're 5. Okay.
Oh, starting great, starting strong.
Well, I'm Peter.
Hi, Peter.
No. Oh no.
My name's Peter, and I have a problem. Hi,
Hi,
Peter.
chaps. Welcome to the stream.
Hi, my
So-
name's Peter. I have a problem. It's that I have a gunshot wound in my leg.
That's
Brought
her.
you to the hospital. Is your leg okay?
It's been treated, and it's not doing so great right now, but it'll get better soon enough. Thank you for your concern.
Can
Mio's
I
a child, like a child. Peter likes children.
can I check my engineering bag to see if I can find like duct tape or something to help with Peter's bleeding problem?
Oh, well, Peter's not currently bleeding anymore. Like, they've
Oh.
been, like, treated by the staff at the hospital. There are, like, sutures closing the entry and exit wounds. There's a pretty thick, like, gauze wrap around it pretty well. But, I mean, like, you know, it was a gunshot wound that happened literally earlier today. So... Gotta be careful not to, like, you know, rip the wound open or something, but for the most part, they should be fine for right now.
All right.
Excellent. So Peter has introduced himself.
Mio's like staring up at you like, you know the rules. I gave you my name. Now give me yours.
Oh no.
Alex.
Gia is completely what's a word I'm looking for? Gia does not notice this at all. The tension between Mio and Peter. She kind of just looks at the room and waits for someone else to talk next, and if no one does, she'll go next.
It's very good.
Would anyone like to go next?
I'm Alex. Hello.
Now, of course, for the benefit of the viewers, Peter and Alex know each other, and of course, Gia and Mio know each other. But never before have the twain met.
Hi everyone. My name is Gia. I am an engineering student at the local college. Hi.
Quite impressive.
It is actually an interesting thing to hear that Gia is an actual engineering student. That's not super common in 1981 right now. Very sort of forward-thinking Gia is.
Yeah, that's super impressive.
It's just applied auto mechanics. What can I say?
Gia fixes really good.
She blushes a little bit.
Outside in the sanctuary of the church, you can hear. I mean, it's a Catholic mass, so it's categorically the most boring possible thing to happen to humans. They've gotten to a point now where, like, someone up at the front is saying some things, and then every, 10 words or so, he will stop, and the rest of the congregation will repeat some sort of, like, chant back to them. And this goes on for a few minutes now. And you can hear, like, through the door, like, we believe in one God, the Father, the Almighty, maker of heaven and earth, of all that is seen and unseen, etc., etc.
Mio, like, instinctively yawns. Just like she usually takes a nap during this time.
It tracks completely. But you've been now in here for about 20 minutes or so at this point. The interruption happened maybe 10 minutes ago or so. And it does not seem like the church service is going to be over for at least a little while at this point. Now, you are fortunate that the doors to this little area do not open directly into the sanctuary, but rather open into like a little hallway on the side. So, should the door need to open, no one in the congregation would see it immediately unless they were looking through the door into the corridor. Nano, you know this place somewhat well. Like you've explored in the way that an aimless 5-year-old explores a place many times.
Oh yeah.
Gia, you've probably been here once or twice as well, not like inside in a serious manner, but in such a way as to like come and grab Mio from the church in order to go and do babysitter type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Alex and Peter, and I suppose Gia and Mio as well, are y'all religious?
Not particularly.
Non-practicing.
No, not really.
Mio believes in Santa, the Tooth Fairy, and the Easter Bunny.
What's an Easter bunny?
Okay, so probably the best of the religions then so far. Then probably Peter and Alex, you've never been in here before, except Peter, you might have come here for like a wedding or something.
Yeah. Oh.
I'd say Gia is not very used to entering Catholic churches either, since she was raised Buddhist.
Yeah, that definitely tracks. And like Gia, you get the feeling that this place has like a different kind of vibe to it. Like all religious places have got a certain vibe to them. So like a placebo effect almost. When you look at a church, you think, "Oh, that's church as heck." But like if it were not labeled church and did not have the like religious paraphernalia around, it might just look like a big house or something. It's when the paraphernalia shows up and the labels come on that the place gets a different vibe. And this place feels like it's got a vibe that represents something more somber than any faith that you practice.
I see. Does it feel safe or like protected or anything like that? It's actually
In what way would you like to search for this information? Are you looking for a sort of like metaphysical way, or are you looking at like the structural integrity of the walls?
at this time, since she is not really aware of and doesn't really believe in supernatural stuff yet, she's probably there's like a subconscious feeling of, am I in a place that is safe, quote unquote, from weird shit, when probably as opposed to like structural, as opposed to like physical stuff. Um, that kind of feeling of, I guess, the same feeling as crawling underneath your covers or under your bed covers in your own room, type of thing.
That makes sense. Do you want to make an occult check for me, please?
Oh boy, let's do
The
it.
first occult check we've had. Show me what you've got.
Which one of these buttons is the occult? There you are.
It's the one marked occult.
I'm gonna laugh if I actually pass this roll. No, of course not.
Now, I mean, you've got a 5% chance to do it and all that, but hey, Gia, would you like to push your luck on this? Remembering, of course, that by pushing your luck, you invite the possibility of calamity.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering
Yeah,
if I could possibly critical failure so hard that she accidentally sees the true nature of the world. I've told you before that in pretty much every other version of reality that this character exists in, she always has a bad time, right?
Oh yeah, no,
Like-
it tracks. So
let's
roll
do
a
it.
99 on it, and we'll see what happens.
Let's do it. I'm gonna push my luck on this. How do you push your luck again in a roll?
You just roll it again.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I mean, it was better.
Yeah.
So, let's introduce I mean, it's not going to be useful for you right now, but let's introduce another aspect of how you can change the outcome of your rolls.
Ooh.
Each of you has a luck stat. Anytime that you roll a check and you do not pass it, you can choose to subtract any number of points from your luck stat and apply it to that one roll. That will be a permanent reduction in your luck. And luck don't come back very easily, so while it might not be a good idea right now to take 40 points out of your luck, right? It might not be great. If you're 1 or 2% off, might not be the worst idea. You just will eventually run out of luck. And when we run out of luck, things go pretty poorly. Listen, Gia, you are not well versed enough in things like, exorcisms or spiritual combat or like onmyodo or any of those sort of arts that would keep someone safe from evil spirits. The best that you can really think of is like you think back on those times that you like listened to the audiobook like recordings at the public library of the English translations of Journey to the West.
Ooh.
And I mean, yeah, you don't have like a strange pig man with a rake to try to keep you safe in here. You're not sure if that sort of thing even exists or not. So, who knows? You might be safe here. You might not.
She's probably going to like shake her head and be like, "What am I thinking?" It's like,
Amazing. Very good. A few more minutes pass, and like it's sort of drone that happens outside every couple minutes. Like a bit of what might be called music to someone whose understanding of music is only like dour, like dark, boring stuff, comes from the gigantic pipe organ that runs its sort of like steam system throughout the bottom level of the church. And when that happens, it's loud. This is a pretty sizable steam organ for being in a church this small. It's one of the things that this church prides itself on, is having like an 1850s like Germany imported original like woodwork steam organ, pipe organ. And that is loud. And you can feel, like, down below your feet, the sort of like mechanisms for the pipes and all of that groaning and hissing and such.
Mio
I'd like
goes
for everyone to
over.
make us go on.
Mio goes over to Gia and tugs on her shoulder, like,
Are you okay? You wanted to be somewhere quiet.
because that's the whole reason that she brought her here, was because she was getting overwhelmed before. So she's checked. She's like,
Are you okay?
it's getting kind of loud.
Basically pulling on her shoulder kind of snaps her out of the whole subconscious type thing. She immediately puts on kind of her best reassuring face.
Oh, there you're back.
Did something
Your
happen?
audio went weird for a second.
Mine did?
You're good now.
Okay.
Yeah, it was weird, but you're good now.
So she kind of puts on her best reassuring face and is like, "Oh no, we're fine. This music is pleasant." It's quite obvious that she is lying.
Millie doesn't believe you.
Oh, jeez.
Unfortunate.
Well, I'd like for everyone to make a spot hidden check for me, please.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Where is spot hidden?
Mm-hmm. Spot hidden is in the main area. Yeah, it's
There you are.
under yeah.
Rip and dead.
Rip and tear. So Alex, you are an author, so you have an eye for details for things. Most of the time, the eye for detail comes in the form of like noticing something about the scene that you have set up that might make it useful for the protagonists to use later or whatever. But you find yourself sort of like your eyes wandering here and there, and every time the organ plays, you can feel the sort of like steamworks happening down below you. And you follow your eyes down to a little like metal ring in a tiny recess on the floor that, focusing a little more, you see actually looks like it is a service trap door.
Oh.
It's partially under like a rug that's on the floor in there. But it's been kicked aside a little bit so that you can see kind of like the outline of part of the door.
Okay.
Did-
I will go push the rug out of the way.
Yeah,
And
when you
attempt
do, there's
to-
a trap door.
I'll try to open it.
Okay. It's not big, but it is relatively heavy. Would you kindly make for me a strength check?
Oh, this so well.
Hey, not bad there. 33 out of 50 is a good success. When you hook your fingers into the metal ring, you sort of set your shoulders, and then you remember, oh yes, lift from the knees. Put your like hips under your shoulders and push up. And when you do, you hear the of this like old, not exactly super often used trapdoor come up on its hinges. Down below, there is a sort of like very narrow, like bare wood staircase that goes down into the darkness. But you can feel coming out of there a sort of waft of warm and slightly humid air.
Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah. Shall we go down?
I didn't know that was there.
Let's do it.
All right.
Put down. Is there any way to like hide that we were here?
I would wager you could try something. What would you like to do?
Just if there's a way that we could make it not obvious that we went down this service hatch, or like if we left behind like I don't know, like dust prints or something, we could just wipe those down. I'm not really sure.
Well, let's
we
say
start
make
with-
this into either a sleight of hand or a stealth check then for me, Peter.
Would Mio know how often this room is used?
Mio, why don't you make an intelligence check for me?
Wow.
Excellent, good success. Mio, your knowledge of this room is that after the service, people come in to put away the extra, like, bread and wine and stuff. And before the service, people come in to take the bread and wine and stuff. But for the most part, other than that, it's not, like, crazy well used.
Okay. But somebody would be coming in here after the service.
By your reckoning, yes.
There
Peter,
probably
do you
won't
wanna
be
make-
anybody here until after they're done with the with that.
And she points out the door.
Got it.
And then Peter, yeah, do you want to make either a sleight of hand or a stealth check for us? Stealth is all right. Very good. I'm going to be going down the hatch and closing the hatch above you. The church is kept relatively clean, so there's no, like, you know, piles of dust or like telltale footprints or whatever that you can see, but you do not see a way to like put the rug back over the hatch after you've gone down it.
That's fair. I tried.
Right? Yeah, everyone does their best. The four of you head down into this darkness. Mio, are you scared of the dark?
Clink!
I'm gonna take that as a
Well,
yes.
I mean,
Can I flip a coin? Like, can I decide by chance? Can I?
why don't you roll luck for us and see then?
Wait. Oh!
Bruh.
I guess you are.
I guess I am.
I guess you are.
Better than 50% chance. Yeah. Heading down this like sort of step ladder is awkward.
Uh-oh.
Because it's narrow to begin with, and also, Mio, it's dark down there. Like, there might be spiders, there might be monsters, there might be like a weird guy with long fingernails and long teeth that's waiting down there to like scrape the bottoms of your feet off and
Oh,
eat them on a
God.
sandwich.
She
Bruh.
like halts at the very, very top of the stairs, like she does not want to go down.
You feel Gia gently squeeze your shoulder. Are you okay, honey?
Till dark.
Gia, do you potentially have like a headlight or something in your toolbox?
Let's take a look at our toolbox.
Why don't you make a luck roll for us? Well, well, it turns out that you do indeed have a headlamp in your bag.
I'm gonna
And ain't that lucky for you?
I'm going to take out the headlamp and gently affix it to Mio's head. Let there be light.
Somewhere nearby, someone feels the religious connotation of the thing you said.
Mio is
Amazing.
marveled by this portable light on her head and is making shadow puppets down the stairs.
Adorable.
Very good.
Mostly of a doll shaped, but you already know how it is.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. So you head down these steps, and it sort of opens up into a low ceilinged area where there's like the rumble of a boiler nearby. There are several sort of like copper pipes that run back and forth in places. A whole mess of like pipes going into a central sort of location that then go upwards through the floor into what must be the pipe organ. There is a large kind of like painted red metal pipe that comes in from an external wall that feeds into the boiler. There are shelves along the walls of this place that have got things like boxes, like little cardboard boxes of like hardware, nuts and bolts and washers and that kind of business. There is a fire extinguisher and a very large pipe wrench as well. But when Mio's light sort of passes back and forth, you all can see that there is another staircase going up on the other end of this room.
You said there was a pipe wrench and stuff like that. Was there maintenance done here recently?
It doesn't feel like there's been maintenance done down here recently. Like this place, while the sacristy storage area that you are in is frequented at least twice a week, this place doesn't feel like it. It feels like they have tools down here for when they need to come down here. Pipe wrench itself is a pretty sizable fellow. He's about 3.5 feet long. He's big metal. And you can see like on the big red metal pipe, the sort of like areas where the pipe wrench has been used on it before, where the paint has kind of like been brushed off by the teeth of the pipe wrench.
Hey, God, what are we looking at? I'm sorry, my audio was being weird.
You guys are down in the like boiler room under the pipe organ area, and there's like some tools, some stuff, and another staircase that goes up on the other end of the room.
Can I take the fire extinguisher?
Absolutely. It's about 1.5 feet tall or so, maybe 8 or 9 inches in diameter, and it's old, but the tag on it reveals that it is not yet expired.
Hog.
Wonderful. Gia, do you think that pipe wrench would be useful to you?
She kind of hugs her arms close, and given everything that she's seen so far, and the strange phone call, and now the people after them, she kind of sighs and says, "Yeah, pass it over here, please."
All right. Gia, you have acquired the pipe wrench as well. It's sizable. How tall are you, Gia?
Gia is like, I think 5'5", 5'7", something like that.
Okay, so this thing is about 60% of your height. Like when you
Oh my God.
when you sit it down on the ground in front of you, like on one end, it comes up to like just past your hip.
Taller
Wow.
than Mio?
Yeah, probably. Like if Mio stood next to it, it would probably be an inch or two taller, I'd expect.
Nice.
Don't you just love short girls with large
It's a sizable
weapons?
object.
French.
Amazing.
We're Dead Space now.
And as you are milling about down here, looking at the surroundings and things, you hear like a kind of thunk coming from the area above where all the pipes are going.
Uh-oh.
and then you hear the boiler begin to sort of fire back up again. And the red pipe that comes from the outside begins to sort of rattle a little bit as it feeds water into the boiler. You think that it's very likely that in the next couple moments, whatever this mechanism down here is gonna fire up.
Oh no. We do not want to be here.
There's that other set of stairs.
Wait.
Why, yes, there is the other set of stairs. Taking a look up there, you see that it terminates in not a trapdoor, but rather in an actual standing door on the other side. It goes up to like a little, like 2 foot by 2 foot landing, and then the door that comes out of it is a relatively narrow door as well. There is a light switch at the top of that staircase.
Approach light switch.
Light switch is approached.
Touch it.
And
Activate light switch.
when you reach up and tap the light switch, you hear a little zzz, and then a single bare yellow light bulb in the center of the room, hanging down from the ceiling by like 8 inches of like just quick wire, illuminates the place in a weird sort of eerie long set of pipe shadows.
Oh gosh.
Mio, if this place were creepy because of the dark before, now all of these long, like, cylindrical shadows are making you think of legs.
Oh no.
And we're hugging on a doll. We got one arm around the doll, the other one's like clutching the nearest adult.
That's me.
Yo.
Amazing. The door at the top is not only unlocked, but is very slightly ajar.
That's not suspicious at all.
Can we peek through it?
A jar? That's a door.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sorry I had to.
Mio,
Please don't banish me. Please don't banish
Mio
me.
looks up at the GM and
Looks at
says
the camera.
thing. Oh, goodness. When you peek through the door, you see that it leads out into another hallway. You think that it's probably on the other side of the sanctuary. And here, it's like at the end of a hallway. Looking down the length of that hallway, you see that there are a couple doors on either side, and then one sort of larger door down at the other end of the hallway that is also open. And through that door is coming like the chanting and stuff of the people outside. And as soon as you peek your head through that door, you hear the main priest say a thing, and then the whole sort of congregation replies with a similar thing, and then everyone above starts to sort of like mill around, and there's low talking and what appear like the sound of people shaking hands and such.
Ooh, this
I
part of
think
the
it's
mass.
almost over.
We better hurry.
We better hurry.
Get in trouble.
Who wants to take the lead in this little party, intrepid explorers? I think that's kind of we're maybe a little too passive about who should go first.
Get out of here.
She starts pulling.
I agree with Mio. Let's get out of here.
5-year-old leads the place.
When in doubt, beef.
Oh no.
When in doubt, let the child do it. As the four of you come up into this hallway, you can hear the sort of like milling about of people out in the like main area. You hear the of the main doors opening up as well, and you can see through the open door at the end. A few people come inside. There are 3 gentlemen in what appear to be very smart, expensive looking suits.
Oh, we gotta run.
there is a woman in a sort of like blue 1950s like poodle skirt style dress.
Oh God.
And there is a man wearing it's like a long, almost trench coat styled jacket, like a smoking jacket almost. It's like a deep red velvet. He's got his hair slicked back, like directly back over his head. He's wearing a big sort of like silver chain necklace. He's got rings on both hands.
Somebody check.
What was that, Nano?
Somebody check his vibe.
All right.
A roll to check vibe, please.
Vibe check.
Vibe check.
What do we roll for vibe checking?
Vibe check is probably something like
Psychology?
maybe, yeah, psychology would be the way to do it, I think.
I can do it.
I mean, can we all see them?
Yeah, anyone who would like to can vibe check this guy.
It's a what check?
I failed.
Psychology.
I'm good.
Nice. Nice.
Excellent. Very good. So, the only ones that are trained in it are Gia and Peter. And of those, Peter did a real good job right off the bat.
Excellent.
Peter, by the way, guys, don't forget to mark the skills that you get successes on. Do not forget, it's important. Peter, the very first, like, I mean, you've dealt with a lot of people of different sort of like varying classes. And the first thing that you think here is, ugh, he's showing off. He's a rich guy that wants people to know he's rich. But the way that he strides into the room, the way that he's got these like attendants with him, and the sort of like, you don't quite catch his facial expression because he's just kind of gliding inwards. But like, yeah, the end of the hallway is like, it shoots out perpendicular to the main doors. So you just see them walk past that door. And in that little brief instant, you get the most heinous vibe from this whole group, but from him in particular.
They
No, dear.
failed the vibe check.
It sounds like we need to check out.
Nice.
This is terrible.
Of this church, I should say.
Well, how would you like to go about this next set of actions?
I don't know.
Can we... Is there a way for us to, like, blend into the crowd as it exits the church?
You might try it with something like stealth if you'd like.
Feel
Oh.
compelled to run.
Oh boy.
Sure,
A compulsion to run would preclude stealth and would instead be something like, I don't know, an athletics-based thing.Maybe your dexterity to slip out quickly or something.
But if she
I
wants to
would
just kind of
recommend-
like sneak,
Snick.
that's something different.
Then yeah, absolutely. Let's do some stealth then, for everyone who's trying to blend into the crowd and slip out.
Oh boy.
Are we sure we want to leave the church or just move to a different part of it?
I think we want to not be seen skulking around the basement. That's probably priority.
I don't want to get in trouble with Miss Janet.
The real villain of the campaign.
Fuck. Sorry.
Hey, that's the one that we
Sorry,
get.
sorry.
It's PG-13, baby. It's the one that we get.
No, it wasn't even a character! Ah!
All right,
I'm sorry,
excellent
guys.
work.
I should have been muted.
Oh my gosh.
Amazing.
Oh, Lord,
All right,
forgive me for my
we're going-
transgressions.
We're going 0 for
Well.
4 on those stealths. Very good. It's awkward to try to blend in with the crowd as they're leaving, because what you note is that none of the crowd is leaving. All of them are sort of like milling about at the back of the sanctuary, where there are a couple of those like plastic folding tables that have been set up. They've got some tablecloths over them, and there's like a bunch of big pots of coffee and like plates of like cookies and cakes and that kind of business there. And everyone is there now, having conversations and such.
Oh no.
But the 5 individuals that have just entered, the 3 in the suits, the one in the 50s dress, and the one completely overdressed bombastic gentleman, seem to just kind of be standing there in the middle of the like entryway area.
Oh dear.
Abort mission.
The lady in the dress. The lady in the dress seems to be the type, like, she's got the, like, Bayonetta glasses, almost, and she's got her arms crossed and is, like, scanning back and forth. And as you all try to sort of, like, find a way to blend in, she locks eyes with you, Alex.
Oh no.
And she smiles with half of her mouth. And she uncrosses her arms and starts to walk elegantly toward you. The lot of you now. And she has this, like, smirk up one side of her mouth. And as she is walking, you see her fiddling with something small in her fingers.
Nope.
Nope.
Absolutely not.
She's wearing, or not wearing, but rather she has in her fingers, like it's like a little charm on, like a leather strap, like a necklace maybe, or a talisman of some sort, and she's just kind of fiddling with it in her fingers.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
She is
I think we should
approaching.
run.
Can we go to the sanctuary? There's
You
like-
are in the sanctuary.
We're
Right,
in.
Is that the place with the pews? I don't know how
Yes.
half the churches are set up.
Don't
You-
feel bad. I only know this much because I'm drawing from my years and years of religious trauma as a child.
Yeah, I don't remember the parts of the church anymore.
We'll switch to like different terminology then. They're in the main part, so also are you.
Okay, so
Time to sprint. Who's texting me?
What do you call it? That has all
Please
the-
tell me you're a provider sprint, because that would be perfect.
there are
What?
there are things that I want.
Is your film provider Sprint?
Wait. No, hold on. Is it?
Shame.
I forgot.
Please.
There are
really
things.
fun, though.
There are things I want to do, but Gia would not know them because she is not Catholic, much less Christian.
That's fair.
So we can't do that.
Cross, you were asking a question?
Oh, I was asking about what the place with the pews is called.
That is the sanctuary.
Okay, but you said that the sanctuary was the main part.
That is the main part.
Correct.
It is the main
The-
part.
the-
It's the main
part with
of
the pews is the
and
main part.
Okay, then what do you
Yeah.
call the area that's outside the part with the pews where everyone commingles?
Yeah, the one with the doors, the
Not all
entrance.
churches have those. That's called the narthex, but not all churches have it. This one does not.
My God, I've never heard that term before.
That's what you get growing up Episcopalian, baby.
Oh, okay. So that's an Episcopalian thing. But how far away is she from us right now?
She is currently in this snapshot about 20 feet away.
Okay, so we have time. That's only two. That's 2 stories away. Where is the? How close is the entrance to the sacristy? Not sacristy. Entrance to the sanctuary.
If she is 20 feet to your left, the entrance to the whole church is about 10 feet to your right.
Well, since stealth has failed, I would probably grab Mia's hand and start heading towards the entrance of the church.
All right, you reach down and you grab Mio's hand. Are we doing like a casual walk or like a quick shuffle, or are we all out booking it?
Casual walk.
Pick her up like a potato sack and sprint.
She'll.
Quick shuffle.
I mean, it's because and I say it like that because so far the lady, despite giving threatening vibes, does not appear to be moving in a threatening manner. If she starts like power
Kind of in
walking,
public.
yeah, like if she starts power walking or starts making it like she starts sprinting towards us, you could tell. You could bet I'm gonna start booking it, but otherwise, not yet.
It's gonna mind my own business. Getting out of here.
Excellent work. Okay.
Happy Mass.
Yeah. Happy Mass. The Happy Mass salesman. Is that a thing? Is that anything? No. So, Gia and Mio, you start walking towards the entrance. Alex and Peter, what are you two doing?
Following them, probably.
Yeah, I'm trying to get out of it too. So
I think.
All right,
I'm
excellent.
trying to go at maybe a quicker shuffle because I know that I'm not particularly fast.
Excellent, very good. Yeah, I mean you've got yourself something of an issue, what with your whole gunshot wound in the leg and everything. But you know we're doing fine. So yeah, all four of you begin sort of moving with purpose toward the exit, and this lady just sort of like turns and follows as well. You reach the exit. Doors are wide open now. You reach the exit doors and walk out. The parking lot is relatively well lit by the now fading evening sun and the like light posts that are out there. And you can see that there are several cars. Many of the people in the church right now are people that live in the like apartment complex that's on the other side of the parking lot, but many other people have come in with cars, and you can see one of them that it picks your eyes up immediately. It is this startlingly bright sapphire blue long Cadillac.
Wow.
And sitting on the hood of this Cadillac is a younger gentleman, maybe somewhere between 20 and 30 or so. He's wearing a white t-shirt with the sleeves rolled up and a pair of like dark blue denim jeans with cowboy boots.
Bruh.
He's got a large sort of like leather belt with a gaudy garish silver buckle on the front of it, and he is picking his teeth with a toothpick.
Bruh.
And he looks up, sees you, and then you see him like sort of lean a little bit to look behind you. And then he smiles, stands up, and then hooks his thumbs into his belt loops and just waits.
Yeah, no.
That's not spooky at all.
We shouldn't leave the church.
The woman behind you
man.
does one of those like, ahem.
Sorry, if you need to be let through.
Oh, yes, of course. Please do step aside and let me through. That would be wonderful of you. And she walks to the top of the like short staircase that leads to the outside doors, turns around and faces the four of you.
No.
And she says,
No.
"Well, it looks like we've found some of you. And she narrows her eyes and looks down at you, Mio. And with a single motion, she raises one hand up, and the doors behind you swing shut, leaving the situation to be her about 5 feet, the four of you, and your backs to a set of large wooden doors. And with that same motion, you all see the glint of something metal in her fingers, and she flings her hand forward. Hey, Mio, would you kindly roll for dodge?
Bruh.
Okay. Pokeball go. Where is my dodge? There it is. All right.
Show
Oh,
us
man.
what you've got.
Woo!
Oh!
Wow!
Oh, snap!
Crackle and pop.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, boy.
Mio, of the things that you do in school, one of them that you have found you have got some talent for no discernible reason, is dodgeball. And the motion that she made, like, awakened the thought in you immediately. Oh, I know what to do here. And you suddenly, like, leap and roll to the side. And
Got
the
that
three
dodgeball trauma for real.
the three adults, you hear a sudden and when you look back down at where Mio was standing only a moment before, you see a long, like 6 or 7 inch long metal spike sticking out of the door.
Bruh.
When you
Okay.
look back up, the woman makes a gesture with both hands, and you can see that she's holding about 4 of those little spikes in each hand. And she says, no matter how many of them you've got, we can take them all. And Mio, you look over past her and you see the cowboy gentleman sort of like kick up, roll his shoulders back, and then start moseying towards you.
Scared. Very full of fear.
Spook. The spookening is real.
The spookening is real. She's like, so this woman just like threw a like launched a friggin' spike at her.
Yep.
Yeah, basically a throwing knife.
The sense of danger is imminent. Must run. Time to flee.
Yes, I agree with this assessment.
Mio is just gonna like sprint.
Where's-
she's scared. She's running.
Where's the nearest car? I'm going to run after Mio.
Well, let's see. Peter, you were driving. Make a luck check for us, please.
Sure. Luck is up. Luck is.
Haha.
Ho-ho. Not so
Yeehaw.
bad. The closest car is the very car that you saw Peter and Alex come out of in the parking lot.
We are going
Peter, the
to the
keys
car.
are in your pocket. And that car is between you and the cowboy.
Oh, thank God. Oh, goodness. Yeah, let's book it then.
She runs. Mio like screams.
You can't take her. She's mine.
What?
She
Yeah,
heard
it
someone
was-
say take. She heard someone say the word take, and she's like,
Oh.
no.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. And with that, the woman's, like, one-sided grin stretches to the other side, and she goes,
Bruh.
well, there's no doubt about it now. Now I know what I'm looking for. And she, like, leans down a little bit and then begins sprinting after you. I'd like for everyone to, let's say, make a...
Your voice is cutting out, Cosmo.
Yeah.
It's been doing that.
Oh no, my voice. Whatever, that's not great. I don't like that that's happening. I'm sorry. Let's go ahead and have everyone really quickly make a dexterity check for me to see how quickly you all can go. Peter, you need to do it at hard because of your gunshot wound.
Oh no, this is gonna be bad.
Oh no!
Oh boy, where's my dexterity?
Oh no. Peter.
No!
Oh no. Oh no.
Now, Gia, that's only 4 points away from a success. You got plenty of luck, don't you?
I have a lot of luck, yes.
You want to subtract 4 from your luck permanently to make this into a success?
Yeah, I guess I'll be forced to.
All right.
Or, ooh, that's not what I meant to do.
No, yeah, you go into edit mode for it and reduce it from there. But that's an interesting sort of foreshadowing of what might happen next. So the 4 of you take off, and Gia, you dragging Mio with you, or perhaps Mio, you dragging Gia. It's difficult to tell at this point.
Mio, yeah, you already know.
Alex, you follow, and Peter, you start to go as well. You're only able to put like a certain amount of weight on that leg before you need to like stumble a little bit. But you're making good time, except when you pull the keys out of your pocket, they jingle a little bit, slip through your fingers, clatter onto the ground, and slide under another car.
No!
No. Okay.
Peter, I need you to make one more luck roll for me, please.
Okay.
We are going to die.
Stray cat
Yes!
just bring me the keys.
Wow.
Wowzers.
Wow.
For better or worse, when you got out of the car, you did not think to lock it behind you. So the car is still open, but the keys are under the car next to it.
Can I use like the little spray bit of my fire extinguisher to get it close to me?
What?
What?
I mean, you could, like the hose on the end of the fire extinguisher. Yeah, let's say that the fire extinguisher has a hose on it.
If I can't reach it with my arm.
It's less a matter of reaching it and more a matter of the time it might take.
Oh, gotcha.
You might as well shoot
Because
your...
this woman is running after you now, and also you've got the cowboy gentleman moseying.
Don't like that. Well, we need the keys because, well, they can't leave without it. We can't leave without it.
You think Mio might be quick enough to roll under, grab him, and roll back out?
Mio, you wanna roll for dexterity at a hard check for me, please?
Yeah, okay. Alright, I know how cars work. We need those to get the heck out of here. Okay.
No.
Oh.
Mio, you wanna press your luck?
Would it be fun if I would it be fun if I didn't?
I mean, like, everything's got consequences. It just depends on how bad you want the consequences to possibly be.
I'm small.
You could
and I'm
also
already on
use
my way
points
there.
of luck.
Don't have a lot of that. Do I wanna use 6 points, or do I wanna just say push it to the limit? Cause we're in it to win it.
Push it to the...
Push it to the limit.
Let's go, Wildcat.
Okay, if I'm gonna push my luck, is it the same roll?
Correct.
Okay. So it's just
You just get another chance.
dexterity hard.
Correct.
Oh.
Show us
Oh,
what
God.
you've got. Oh my
Oh.
No!
Miu, I'm going to stuff you into a backpack, I swear to God.
Well, Mio, you see the keys and then like slide under the car, and your instant brain just goes, gotta get those, and you turn like a little bit on the like juke to the side and dive toward it. And in the process of doing so, you have like misestimated the distance that is necessary for it, and you plow your head full force into the side of the car door, and thunk, clunk, clunk, clunk.
Oh
Why don't you
my
make
god.
a Constitution check for me, please.
Hard success.
Whoops.
Hard success. We didn't even need it to be hard, but yeah, good job.
Not bad.
Yeah, no worries. You and then you fall backwards onto your butt, and you don't knock yourself out, but you are somewhat dazed now,
It hurt.
and you feel a teeny little bit of something warm start to trickle down your lip.
Oh no.
Oh, the baby. No.
And the woman finally, it's only been like a few seconds, but she skids to a halt right next to you, Mio, and flicks one of the spikes into a kind of like ice pick position, raises it up, and plunges it down towards you.
No!
I don't know. I don't like that. I don't
How
know.
close is Gia to this going on?
Only a few feet away.
So I'm dazed. Do I have any reaction time?
If you want to do something, you'll have to do dodge at hard. Or you could do brawl to try to fight back.
Okay, so you said dodge at hard, which would be 20, and then brawl. Would brawl also be at hard?
I think brawl's probably hard right now, especially because you're a 5-year-old.
Yeah, okay. I probably want to just try dodge then because I have a better score there.
Fair enough. Gia, what are you doing to help with this?
Gia's freaking out. She is a terrible babysitter. And she's gonna try and... Oh my god. She is gonna try and hit the lady with the...
The 6-foot wrench you
with
picked
it-
up earlier.
with her 6-foot wrench she picked up earlier.
Hey, that's a pipe wrench there. Yeah, go ahead and let's say you can either use brawl or strength.
Brawl or what? I'm sorry.
Brawl as a skill or strength as an ability.
And
And the one that you choose will determine what the outcome will look like. Brawl will do you like you're doing this for the purpose of fighting. Strength is just like raw strength, try to swing the thing.
My strength is higher than my brawl. So...
Give it a shot then.
Ah!
Excellent.
Yes.
That's not bad. So Gia, you see this happening. You see her like flick this thing around. It's a spike, and she's about to drive it into your babysitting charge. And you just kind of like both hands on the wrench and swing it like a baseball bat, almost blindly. And you feel like you kind of shut your eyes with it, and you feel a thunk. Mio, you start to roll to the side a little bit, and the spike comes down and jabs because of the help that just happened there. It's gonna jab into something, but go ahead and roll your dodge again.
Another hard dodge or a regular dodge?
Let's make it regular this time.
Okay.
Oh man. Oh.
The spike grazes past your collarbone and drives into the doll.
Oh no.
No.
You take 1 point of damage,
It's like,
but also the doll is against your like chest. You're kind of holding it that way, and you feel the pressure of this point start to try to like push through the doll into your rib
Tummy.
cage,
yeah.
but it doesn't pierce. And there's something strange about that. I want everyone who can see this right now, which I think is everybody, to make a sanity check for me, please.
Oh boy.
God, I can't do anything. I'm so messed up.
Hard to... I've go...
Whoa!
Wow.
Yikes!
Swag.
All right. Swag indeed. Man, we're looking at like real hard, like different ends of the spectrum here, huh? Peter and Alex, you two don't notice this at all. Like you see, what you have noticed is you watched Gia just clock this woman in the side of the head with a wrench, and the
Hog.
rest of it you didn't even see. But Gia and Mio, you both know this spike is extremely sharp looking and absolutely should have just gone right through this ragdoll and like stabbed into Mio's flesh. And somehow it did not. But instead, as her hand comes back up and you see her eyes kind of like go unfocused as the pipe wrench hits the side of her head, you see the spike is actually bent and broken.
Pog.
Oh gosh.
And that is where we will take our first break.
Champ.
Let's take a quick 5-minute break, everybody. Is the time to do snacks and bathroom and medicine if you need to take medicine and you haven't already. We'll be back very shortly.
Okay.
Sound good for everyone?
Sounds great.
Sounds good.
Okay, here we go.
I'm losing my mind.
I'm not scared.
Yeah.
Me too.
Well, we are muted for
I'm
the
not
next 5
afraid.
minutes.
I don't have any
I'm
fears.
gonna... you'll be fine. I'm gonna grab me a Capri Sun. I'll be right back.
Oh my god, I want a Capri Sun.
I want a Capri Sun as well.
I want a Capri Sun.
Y'all making me want some Capri Sun now.
Oh man.
It's just as I predicted, or it's just as I expected. Gia is not gonna have a great time in this campaign. Kind of makes me wonder if she'll meet Jodie in this universe as well.
Oh yes, give me that multivitamin Capri Sun.
Is this a sponsored stream for Capri Sun?
Call of Cthulhu, Child Murdering Edition, sponsored by Capri Sun.
Oh, that's terrible, but I love it.
I mean, if I could get sponsors like Capri Sun, that'd be ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
You guys doing okay?
I am. I've just been noticing a weird back pain when I try to sit for long periods of time and stream, which is weird because I don't notice it when I'm doing anything else on the computer. I wonder if it's because...
Do you think maybe it's... Go on.
I'm wondering... Well, actually, I don't know why it's doing that. It's kind of strange, right?
Maybe a little bit, yeah. Well, who knows? Do you think that maybe it is because when you are doing other things at the computer, you are like a mostly normal person, but then when you do streaming activities, you embody the shit poster AI a little more?
Probably. It could be part of the whole tendency to sit up straight and be not slouching and be a lot more attentive, I guess, as opposed to just regular gaming. You're just sort of casual. And
Yeah, that could be tracking, yeah.
yeah,
What's up? Are we dead?
not yet.
That depends. Did you get a delicious multivitamin Capri Sun?
No.
No,
No.
I didn't. Actually, I actually forgot to get. Hold on. I want cookies and milk. That's what I'm 5 and I want cookies.
I was just about to be like, that's very very Mio coded.
I was just thinking
Okay.
about... Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I was just curious if Gia would get to meet Jodie in this universe, or if it's probably for...
You know, it's not impossible.
What's not impossible?
The crossover of characters from the previous game and this one,
Oh snap.
because like this is the day after the last day of the previous campaign.
Oh wow.
It's gonna be an interesting experience for Jody because she will immediately recognize her, but Gia will not recognize Jody at all.
Oh, jeez.
Because
Do
of
we ever figure out
Excellent
who
work.
Spectator S is?
yeah.
That is the account that I use for the stream side, so that I
Oh,
don't
okay.
reveal all my secrets.
Oh,
That makes sense.
Pog.
You're so valid.
Sneaky.
I do what I can. I had forgotten what I was using as the username for it last time, so the stream has like all of the maps and stuff like completely visible. But this time around, it's done correctly.
Pog. Champ.
Yippee!
Yippee-ki-yay, mother...
Hey, we've got 30 seconds. You can drop as many of them as you want for the next 31 seconds.
I'm
Yep.
sorry I wasted this session's fuck. I didn't mean it.
Yip. Yippee-ki-yay,
I'll do better.
motherfucker.
I'll do better next time.
I can't believe you won the race
I mean,
this
at
time.
least it wasn't like when River was here. Boy. Literally 4 seconds into starting the stream, he just goes, "Ah, fuck!" And I'm like, "Ah, come on!" All right. Now then, let's get back. Are we going? There we go. We've gone. Hello again, everybody. Welcome back from break. I hope that everyone is doing pretty well so far. My dear players, how are you feeling? Are we doing okay?
It was
I'm
very
losing my
satisfying to...
Man,
Aside
almost got stabbed.
I mean, aside from Gia going crazy, which is as intended, I did like the feeling, the satisfaction of pipe wrench on lady's face or ped or, you know,
Oh, for sure.
That's a good movie moment right there.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
cathartic.
Speaking of that, though, by the way, Gia and Mio, you both need to take R1D3, 1 point of sanity damage,
Ayo.
if you'd be so kind.
Okay.
Only because like that thing absolutely doesn't make any sense.
The doll just
Yeah,
like
alright.
tanked it tanked and absorbed an entire like what should have skewered me.
Gia's...
Oh yeah, it definitely should have gone directly through you.
At this
And
point,
even Mio's like, Mio's like, okay, that's a little weird. What?
at this point, Gia's probably gonna start suspecting that the doll is some sort of magic talisman or some good divine guardian figure.
She can't just little guy her way out of this one.
Yeah, well, we will certainly see. But is everyone ready to go back into it then?
Have we established that Mio's doll is likely to be one of these weird things yet, or have we not really established that? Like,
I
there's
thought-
not enough.
Alex
I
figured it
thought we
out.
did.
Yeah,
Alex, I couldn't
Yeah.
remember.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it has definitely been at least strongly posited.
Okay, sweet. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Pog.
Then back into the fray, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Thunk. Hey Gia, would you kindly roll 1d4 for me, please?
Ayo. 4.
Oh yikes!
Critical hit.
Yeah, well, max damage at least. The feeling of hitting something that is bone on the outside with meat in the middle of it, with something so heavy as a whole pipe wrench, is something that I don't think Gia has felt before.
Nope.
Gia, have you ever wreaked physical violence on a human?
Nope.
Yeah, that sounds about right. We're gonna have you just take 1 sanity damage off the bat for that. Because you definitely did something that could very well have killed this woman. And you see, and then Alex and Peter, you watch as this woman just kind of falls down on her side. And as soon as that happens, you hear the cowboy kind of do a little whistle and go like a All right, then. Looks like it's my turn.
Oh,
and he
no.
reaches down behind him and pulls out of his belt loop, or out of his waistband, a long revolver.
No.
Our
Oh my
only
god.
oh no, our only weakness, guns.
Mio, down where you are, you see the keys, and you can reach them.
Keys acquired.
To,
All right.
to
Keys
clarify,
acquired.
Mr.
was-
Peter!
And she's like crying.
Can I pick them both up?
get to
the
the
four of you trundle into this car, and like this cowboy has seen what's happening, and he's not in a hurry at
It's just-
all.
I don't like that. I do the slow walk.
But as soon as you guys are in the car, the doors to the church swing open again, and the three gentlemen in fancy suits sort of like burst out, and then out behind them walks the overdressed smoking jacket gentleman.
bruh.
And he looks at the four of you through the car, through the car window, and then like he holds up a thumbs up, and then there is a moment. Peter, you've driven plenty of cars before, so you know that when you put the key into the place where key goes and you turn it, the car is supposed to turn on.
Oh no. Uh-huh.
And
No.
when you do, you hear and nothing. It seems that the engine isn't turning over.
This is how you know we're in a horror game.
You try again. Nothing. And the cowboy gentleman spinning this revolver sort of like saunters up and puts his hand on the trunk of the car.
Shut up. Sorry.
Friends, what would you like to do?
Mio's like, she's clinging to this doll and she's crying into it and she's just like,
Why is she trying to hurt us? I don't understand.
Poor kid.
I'm going to snuggle Mio at this
get
point.
snugged, get snugged, idiot.
Get snugged.
Get snugged.
The cowboy drags his fingers along the top of the car as he comes up to the driver's side window. And he looks in at you, Peter, and taps the window lightly with the butt of the gun. And then points down as if to indicate his wish.
Fire extinguisher, go.
Should I write it down?
Is there a problem, officer?
I guess I crank it down like 2 inches,
2 centimeters.
2 centimeters.
Excellent. When you open it just a little bit, he leans down and he goes, "Now, y'all ain't gonna go nowhere. Not in a car like this one. While I'm around." And he continues to spin this revolver on his finger.
And
he-
piece, sir.
You don't gotta worry about that. What you gotta worry about's the boss up there. And he sort of like jerks his head towards the now approaching 3 gentlemen in suits and the smoking jacket guy. As now the like population of the church begins to come out of the doors. And as that's happening, you see the cowboy gentleman sort of like reach down with one hand and lean the lady with the now head wound up against the car next to you. So she's kind of sitting on the ground leaning against it. She's out like a light, by the way.
Nice.
Pog.
And the cowboy sees all the other people, and then tucks the revolver back into the back of his waistband.
Wait, so the car wasn't starting when he was spinning the revolver, right?
What an excellent observation.
Let's try again.
Now I need to decide if Gia saw that or if that was metagaming on my part.
Well, you could make an intelligence check for me.
Okay, let's go do that. I have 85 intelligence. I hope I don't crit fail. I got a critical success.
Whoa. What?
Vroom vroom.
So you see him tuck it back into into his waistband, and immediately the thing in your head goes, "No, that makes sense." And you reach up and turn the keys in like a lightning second, and the engine instantly turns over effortlessly. This is a well-maintained car. Like, it belongs to who might theoretically be a friend, but who is like a well-paid nurse. Why wouldn't it be a good car? And it instantly, and it's running. And you see the cowboy kind of like, he grimaces, reaches back for the gun again, looks up and sees all the people that are now coming out, and then just kind of grimaces and takes a step back.
Can I like pour the separator? Peter?
Yeah, you like sitting up in the front seat, you bring your foot over the gear shift and slam it down on the accelerator next to Peter's foot. Peter, let's have you make a driving check for me, please.
Oh boy.
Drive auto.
Peter, can you drive?
Generally speaking, yes.
But in situations like this one,
no.
do you want to push your luck, Peter?
Yeah, actually, I kind of do.
All right, let's see how it goes.
Okay.
Show me what you've got.
No!
Oh, so close.
Wonderful.
Oh, so close.
You
It's
get
fine, I can
spin.
Peter, you've got your hands on the wheel, and your injured leg is like sort of just down in the well down at the bottom, and then suddenly Alex whips leg over, slams on the gas, and you just kind of get pushed back into the seat, and you jerk the wheel to one side. It slams into the front of the car next to you, skids along it, and then you see, or rather you feel the car kind of fishtail off the front of it as it then takes off through the parking lot. I'd like everyone to make a hard spot hidden check for me, please.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Spot hidden is here.
Ah.
Can I spend 2 points? I would spend 2 points with luck.
You can certainly spend it then, yeah. Okay, so as you are peeling out, the car like fishtails around, drifts a little bit, catches itself, and then rockets toward the exit of the parking lot. And as this is happening, Alex, your eyes just drift a little bit, and you see on the sidewalk, walking towards the church, a familiar face. You see Emily Thompson,
Dun, 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 dun.
with her arm in a sling, walking toward the church, and she looks up, and like you catch her eyes for a moment, and you see the indignation pass across her face that says, "I lent you this car, and this is what you do with it." As you rocket past her.
Gotta go back for her. I don't see it though.
Well, I mean, Alex, you're the only one that saw it, and you are already on your way. So what would you like to do?
Gotta try to hit the brakes.
Gotta go fast.
Like just.
So
Or
the situation
too
is
late
a
for
little
that.
awkward in the driving right now. It would be difficult because you aren't steering, you just have your foot down on the accelerator. And the space where like your foot might go for the brake is occupied by both of Peter's legs.
That's fair. We go back for Emily, and I would probably put on the story.
Are we gonna shove her in the trunk?
I mean, typically back seats have 3 seats in them, and there's a small one. Mio can go in the small one. Okay. Mio needs medical attention.
We'll need a lot more medical attention by the time we get out of this situation.
Oh goodness. Amazing. So what's the situation then? This is a split-second decision. Are we stopping or are we going?
I took my foot off the accelerators, so it's up here.
All right. The car is still going relatively quickly. It's just coasting now. And you see Emily's face like pass by. You're the only one that sees it, Alex. And
I told Peter.
You alerted everyone. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, Peter, you are in control of the brake pedal. Are we stopping?
I want to turn back for her.
Okay, make another drive check for me, please.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Stop the car!
I swear to God, if we accidentally hit Emily.
Peter,
Uh-huh.
what kind of luck do you feel like you have today? Are we pushing it again?
It's gonna suck. I don't think I'm gonna succeed this.
Oh, the God of Luck smiles upon us this day.
The key.
Contrary. I'm okay with
God, the key to it must be to simply speak ill of your skill at rolling.
Reverse psychology.
You slam on the brake, and the car fishtails around again. And you see Emily rush over with her good arm. She grabs the door handle, flings it open, and jumps inside. And you hear her already swearing as she's coming up. And then as she gets inside, she jumps in and she's like across Gia's lap. She's like, go, 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 go.
for it.
Maybe we could distract her from her anger with a bleeding child in the back seat.
Mio's so confused and her head hurts and she's like tiny cries.
It's a good setup for everyone. Where are we going?
Oh no. Jesus, take the wheel.
Maybe we could. This is a very stupid idea, and I don't know if Gia's gonna suggest it, but my galaxy brain is being like, "Wow, there's a Kmart nearby."
You could go to Kmart if you felt like it.
I mean, I'm not the one in control of the wheel. It's up to you.
Yo, guys, let's go to Kmart, is what you said. Public place, no one will.
Well, I wasn't thinking about hiding. I was thinking more about the whole fact that Kmart, being a department store, literally has everything in it. Bandages, improvised weapons, food.
Yeah.
If I was thinking...
New clothes.
If Gia was thinking, like, insanely, and they were thinking ahead, that's like the best place you would go to, but this is like an extreme situation where everyone's kind of freaking out and no one realizes they're in a horror game, in a horror movie yet.
Well, the baby is crying, so do something.
And the baby is crying, so...
I mean, obviously we can't go back to the hospital. You know, Kmart's not a terrible idea. It's very exposed. But it's... I just kind of want to floor it and get out of here entirely. That's
I guess
not gonna happen.
maybe we should do it based on what direction you decide to floor it in.
Okay.
I mean, you can see the sort of streets that you guys are on. You are on this sort of like main street area here, directly below the point. So you could theoretically like go to the east or to the west, essentially, or you could hit the southward sort of street that leads down this direction.
Emily, do you know of another safe place?
She is like trying to scooch over into the empty seat, and she like is cradling her apparently wounded arm. And you now see that she's also got like a black eye as well.
Oh.
Oh wow.
And she goes, "Safe place? Well, the church was supposed to be it, but you know, I guess we just don't listen to medical advice these days, do we?" We can't go to my house. Obviously, I'm sure they'll know where that is. We can't go north. That's where I told them that you were going. What about the movie theater? We could go in there and maybe like try to find a place to hide or something around there, or the mall. The mall's pretty big.
The mall is pretty big, and
Where
the
is
mall
the
would have
mall?
everything. Okay.
Wait,
Okay.
where's the mall?
There's probably even a movie theater in the mall. Malls typically have movie theaters. Okay, let's go to the mall.
Mall.
Say that again?
The Northshire Fashion Center is the mall.
Oh, understandable.
So,
Oh, okay, that's a mall.
Is there like a
Oh,
food
that'd be
court
nice.
and stuff in there? Or things other than clothes?
oh yeah, I mean it's a stereotypical like Stranger Things style mall.
Got it. Alright. Alright. All in favor of mall? All
I
in favor of somewhere else?
Yeah.
Oh, the audio's
excellent.
really...
Yeah, the audio just got really wonky for everyone, I think. Is
That's-
everyone all right?
It sort of sounds like a sea or something. An ocean?
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
this is there's a bunch of like fountains and water features and stuff that have been installed. One of the things about this fashion center that has like they tried to make it into like a local tourist spot is that they've got like a Bellagio style fountain show thing, but it turns out that it actually just tremendously sucks and is not actually that good at all. So there's a bunch of like little fountains and stuff all over the place in it as well. But yeah, I mean, it's a 2-story mall. It's got about 100 shops in it, ranging from like a hot dog shop to like a shoe place to a Macy's to a Sears, all kind of stuff. The car comes into the large parking lot. It's about 9:30 at night or so at this point, and you find a spot in the covered parking structure. Going into the mall is not difficult from there either. There's an elevator that takes you down to the ground level, and then from there, you find yourself walking on the carpeted, gaudy floor of a pretty stereotypical 1980s mall at the Northshire Fashion Center. So, friends, what would you like to do?
I'm
Sniff,
surprised.
sniff. Cry, cry.
I'm surprised it's open at 9:30 in the evening. That's kind of cool.
For real.
I mean, the mall here is pretty close. Like, it's a college town sort of mall, so they tend to stay open a little bit later.
Oh, excellent.
It's not going to be open till midnight or anything. You got maybe like an hour and a half or so.
Okay, I was gonna say, just gonna quickly look up, when Dawn of the Dead was really first released.
Dawn of the Dead's pretty old, no?
Dawn of the Dead was first released in 1978 or in 1979, so
Oh,
she
yeah.
would have seen it. Yeah. So
Yeah, 2 years ago.
as we approach the mall, Gia just has this really strong sense of foreboding and kind of whispers like, "I've seen this in a movie before." because between everything happening, it's like the genre savvy brain is starting to work, and it's like we're going to a mall and we're being chased by evil people with magic stuff. Wow. So
Dang.
yeah, great.
Amazing. Very
Guess
good.
we're going to park next to the mall and enter the mall. Who's driving?
Peter was driving at this
Who
one.
isn't driving?
It was a team effort for a moment.
Yeah, Alex's backseat drive, or rather,
Front seat.
Passenger driving.
yeah, passenger
Jeez.
seat driving for a bit there.
And the fact that Gia was the one who actually had to start the ignition.
Yeah,
You know, it's a
well,
team effort.
It's a team effort.
Amazing. Very good. So, what are we doing? Where are we going? What are we doing?
Is there one of those, you know, when you enter a lot of malls and there's like that sort of mini gas station light sort of area that has like little necessities that people get from when, and it has like hairbrushes and like
Like a convenience store kind of area.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like a convenience
Like at a
store
truck
little
stop or
area
something.
that's like so.
Oh, for sure.
overpriced.
Yeah, definitely.
And
Hog.
typically has like painkillers and things like that there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. There's actually like a Vaughn's pharmacy. It's not part of a Vaughn's. It's just a Vaughn's brand pharmacy that is on the ground floor next to one of the front doors.
I need a spoonful of that orange Motrin they used to give us when we were 6. You know the one. You know the one.
Oh yes. Oh
I need
yes,
a
we
spoon.
do.
But yeah, I think we have oh we yeah.
We're laughing because it's because we're coping with trauma.
Just like real life.
Hog.
Amazing. Yeah, what would you like to get?
First aid kit.
Yeah, we are going to stop our small child from bleeding out from a head wound.
I really would like to treat this child and also Emily that hurt the child.
Can I just like look around for some clothes and like guesstimate everybody's sizes?
I would love some.
Yeah,
clothes.
absolutely.
Maybe
Great
also
idea.
some hats as well.
Not a bad idea, yeah. Yeah, so there is a Macy's right nearby as well, which is a pretty popular place to go and get very generic clothes. The first aid kit, a pretty like decent one, is gonna cost you $1.50.
Okay, I think I should have that much. I'm an adult.
I'm an adult.
Where is my here's my possessions. Oh, okay, great. I have 50 cents left, but it's worth it.
Your
Audio goes
keeps going
wonky again,
weird.
yeah. Darn it. I wonder why that is.
Hmm.
That is very strange that it is doing that.
Does that? It seems like all the Discord reactives like glitch out on your stream as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have noticed this. I wonder if
the
it's just
internet
because Discord
issue?
kind of sucks.
Maybe?
Discord
'cause-
seems to have been sucking recently.
Let's
we have way
see.
too many cursed artifacts and it's messing with reality.
It's turning into an
You
SCP
guys
now.
don't even have that many of them.
Let us believe.
Amazing. Yeah, so vis-a-vis clothing and stuff, Yeah, I mean the J.C. Penney that's right there has got things like blue jeans and like overcoats and dresses and that kind of business all over the place.
I want to buy clothes that would like cover a lot of features of people.
Okay, so we're thinking
so
like
you can,
long jackets kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going undercover.
So like, so you can't like
go
see
on.
body shape or fine details or anything like that.
This would
Like
make
hats
sense,
and
yeah.
stuff.
Hey, how much money do you have with you, Alex?
What do I check that? Probably have
You would
it.
have it. Let me pull up your thing. Inventory. There it is. Yeah, under possessions.
Okay. Cash at 250.
250 bucks
level.
with you is pretty good. So don't worry about spending level. That's a mechanic that I don't care about. We're not going to use it.
Oh, okay.
But cash, that's money.
Okay.
And we will say that for the sake of convenience, that is money that you have access to immediately with you.
Okay.
Okay.
Whether that's in the form of like a checkbook or actual cash or what.
Oh, okay. Yes. Then
Excellent. So let's see here. An overcoat costs like $39 or so.
Yeah.
Denim jeans cost $15. You're looking at like a nice dress that's going to be about $54. A pair of Nike Air Force basketball shoes costs $55.
That's too rich for my blood.
Numbers you're pulling off somewhere.
Yeah, I'm looking at a 1980s clothing price list.
Wow. Huh.
So
how much would that be?
How much money do you want to spend?
I don't want anything expensive. If possible.
Okay, fair. Let's say that you can find the sort of like sale and discount area. I will give you a set of clothes for all four of you, including Mio and her tiny body, for let's say $75.
Okay.
Keeper. Very
Dang.
generous.
Oh.
All hail the generous keeper.
Indeed.
I mean, it's not going to be fashionable stuff. Like, Mio's going to have like a Care Bears T-shirt.
Nice.
And, someone's going to have to be wearing like a Hawaiian shirt with like pineapples and palm trees on it.
Excellent.
Oh, that's 100%. I didn't understand what you said.
Amazing. Yeah, 75 bucks for a new set of clothes for everyone if you want to do that.
Hog.
Yep, I will do that.
All right, excellent. Yeah.
Hard to spot at least.
I appreciate you.
Some of us have blood on us.
Some of us are
we are talking about that.
in a hospital gown shirt.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot about that.
No, that whole biz was like that last little extreme like flight scene was done in a pair of pants that were too tight, which is very funny. Amazing. All right, yeah. So you guys each have somewhat cheap discount outfits now. Hey Peter, what's your discount J.C. Penney outfit look like?
What do clothes.
Imagine clothes.
Probably like a pretty like generic t-shirt, and then there's like not a t-shirt, one of those, what do you call them, Henleys? Henley shirts with the little buttons at the top.
Yeah, polos.
Yeah, and then like and it has like a little, I don't know, brand name of the, I don't know, but and then there's like a little like jacket that clashes really badly with it, and it's like a flannel.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely, yeah. The jacket is definitely like not the right color whatsoever, but I mean it's a jacket, that's for sure. How about Alex? What's your outfit look like?
Probably just some really loose shirt and some pants.
Excellent. Yeah, we love it. They're like polyester, like 1980s style, like high-waisted as well, which is very good. Gia, what about you? What's your horrible 80s outfit look like?
She's gonna have one of those kind of conservative looking sundresses, except except the coloration is like something you would see on a wallpaper of a house of an
no.
outdated house from the 70s. It looks like vomit. It's nasty.
Excellent. I love it. That's amazing. Very good. And Mio, what's your little kid's outfit look like?
She's got like an off color blue gray like sweater that's a little bit too big for her, so the sleeves are like coming off her arms.
Oh, amazing. I love it. That's very good. All right. So yeah, you've managed to give yourselves a different look. You have new, unbloodied, clean clothes that actually fit at least most of you. And you find yourselves in the mall. $75 lighter, but in the mall nonetheless. There's about an hour before the mall is supposed to close.
Okay. Are we gonna try and hide out in this mall, or are we just taking what we need and leaving?
Where would we even go next is the question.
Emily, who is fine with her current clothes and doesn't need new ones, she kind of like sits down on a bench nearby and she goes, okay, let's see. Safe places in town. Well, I don't know if it's safe, but the old psychiatric hospital is important. You guys could go and see if Tony. You guys know Tony? Tony from the Italian restaurant?
Sure, Tony's really nice.
Yeah, you could go see if he's willing to put you up in the restaurant or something for the night. Let's see. You could also go talk to Samantha Bauer. She might be able to help, but I don't know. Her whole thing is dealing in these things. And since you're already kind of wrapped up in it, be either a quick way to get rid of what you've got or to get more of them if you've got the resources for it, I guess. I don't know. I'm running out of options. My intention was to stay at the church where I thought things were going to be safe, but it seems like that option has that boat has sailed.
Why did you think the church was going to be safe? They were looking for us inside there.
Wait, they went inside?
Yes, Gia says, and she looks actually kind of frustrated at this.
I told you there was a scary lady in there. She tried to hurt me.
Okay, but they went inside the actual building.
Yeah.
Yes, Gia says, just kind of nodding her head at me
Yeah.
like,
She
And-
wasn't. She chased us out the door.
because she doesn't understand what the significance of the church is.
That was supposed to not happen. When last I checked, the church was still supposed to be a sanctuary. Like literally as well as figuratively. I'm not sure. They must have done something that has gotten rid of the protection.
How do we get more of this protection?
Oh Christ, I don't know. We found out about it the hard way, I guess, but I don't know how to put more on there. I guess it depends now. And she turns towards all of you and she laces her fingers together and she goes, "You are all sort of embroiled in this now pretty directly. If that is who I thought it was in the parking lot there, then you're looking at Herbert Constanlow, who is notorious for his collecting habits. And he doesn't generally take no for an answer."
Why does he want these items? She stops herself before she uses the word magic. Her brain is still like, there must be a reasonable explanation for this.
Emily takes a deep breath and then says, "Well, it's possible that he's trying to put them all back together." Which, just having like 2 or 3 of them together is possibly wildly dangerous. But all of them together? Nobody knows what would happen there. She takes a
Things.
deep breath.
What are
Just
these
kind of-
things, and why do they have magic?
You see her, when you say magic, she just kind of like does a little chuckle and then like shakes her head a bit and she goes, "I don't know much about them. I know that some pretty powerful people have been trying to get these things for a multitude of reasons. And I know at least some of the rumors about where they come from. But my interest in this whole situation is one of prevention, I suppose. Because I don't want to see what happens when more of these things get used at the same time." And she undoes the top button of her shirt and pulls down just a little bit so that you can see right below her collarbone. And you can see this kind of like black, like zigzaggy sort of scar mark. And she goes, "This is what happens when you put too many of them together." She buttons her shirt back up.
Then shouldn't we destroy these?
There is another grin, and she says, "You know, that's a great idea. Do you have one to try to destroy?"
Wow.
Well, this is awkward.
There's this rule.
Here's this ruler. Vengeance for the ruler.
I forgot what the ruler does.
That's the one that changes things' size.
Uh-huh.
That one's actually useful too.
even believe
I know
she-
people. However, I have a grudge. It doesn't make sense, and I hate it.
I rather enjoy that. She says, "Yeah, let's try to destroy it then. Go on, take it out."
Sure. I pull it out.
You pull out the ruler. How do you try to destroy this object?
And what's it made out of?
It's plastic. It's like clear plastic.
Is it hard plastic?
Yeah, I mean, it's like a school ruler, like one that you'd have back in middle school.
Oh.
Oh, I can try to break it in the middle.
All right. Yeah, Alex, you grab it on either side and try to bend it. It does not bend even a little bit.
Well, that isn't happening.
And Emily looks at it and goes, "Wow, what a strange occurrence. What a surprise that this thing doesn't break."
Is she being
It's almost
sarcastic?
like maybe that idea is something that we have had many times before.
Oh my
I
god.
need to get sassy.
Gia is just like not having the sass right now because she is having the worst day of her life up to this moment. And just kind of stomps off towards the nearest restroom.
Oh.
As you stomp off towards the restroom, there is a hot dog on a stick stand there. And the lady behind it, she's wearing the like very brilliant red, blue, and yellow striped uniform with the stupid looking hat, and she's using the like special like smashing device to make the lemonade, and she's shlumba shlumba, and she looks up and she goes, "Can I get a hot dog for you, miss?"
She walks past the hot dog stand, and then you see her do a double take, walk backwards, and says, "Yes, please." This is like 9 in the evening. She probably didn't have dinner yet.
For sure.
How much is a hot dog?
A hot dog is 25 cents.
Oh, thank God, it's affordable. She purchases. In that case, she's gonna go ahead and. How many people are with us? 5, right?
Yeah, including you is 5.
She's gonna buy 5 hot dogs on a stick because she's generous like that.
Excellent. The girl behind the counter takes 5 hot dogs, puts them onto like paper sticks, dips them in the batter, clips them onto a thing, and then dips that whole thing into the hot oil.
Oh my
And she
God,
says,
yes.
"I don't suppose I could interest you in maybe some of the lemonade as well? Fresh squeezed, pink lemonade, blue lemonade, classic
Yo.
lemonade."
Blue lemonade?
Blue lemonade. Gia just starts twirling her hair twirling her hair, doing her best to not sound or look annoyed. How much is the lemonade?
Lemonade is a dime each.
Thank God for 1980s economy. She can actually afford that.
Right, fast food.
So
yes.
I'm terrible at math. So 25 cents for each hot dog. So that's about $1.25. And
$1.25 plus 40 cents is $1.65 for
Okay.
all of it.
she will purchase hot dog and lemonade for everyone.
She gonna come back carrying all this stuff like, "Hey guys, anybody hungry?"
Amazing. As you are doing this, hey, Alex and Peter and Mio, what are the 3 of you doing?
I'm assuming that I have received a band-aid and some Motrin.
Yes. If it has not happened yet, it is happening now because I will not. This child will get it.
I was about to say that's kind of important. We're forgetting. Where's my calculator?
It's-
There it is.
Neo's probably sitting on like a bench getting doctored and is like just hugging the doll and is just like, she's not crying anymore, but she's doing like a tiny sniff, like a little sniffles here and there.
I suppose if we have spare time, I'll just like open up my notebook and read back over the story I've been working on and see if I can get past. where I was.
Because
What's
Wow,
Because
ever
what
studious.
says what is inspiration but a near-death experience?
also
Over 6.
what's it?
Six.
What's the difference between spending level and cash?
Don't worry about spending level. That's a thing that we're not using in this game because I think it's annoying.
Oh, okay.
Base.
Cash is just like the amount of money that you have available.
I'm poor.
You are a college student.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Handshake meme. Poor.
One more time.
Oh dear.
Boy, oh boy. Why does this audio suck so much today?
Hmm. Usually when it starts doing something
Yeah,
like that,
that's
that
rough.
means there's a network issue going on.
Yeah, I'm confused because I'm like hardwired into it and everything. Anyway, yeah, Alex, you pop open your notebook and you sort of like read back over the notes of the scene that you're trying to do. And you know how your eyes sort of like when they focus on something close by, the stuff in the background gets a little bit blurry. And as that is happening, you get a sort of feeling. Like a pull almost. And you look back up over your glasses and you see through the door that you guys came through. There's like it goes a little bit and then turns 90 degrees. And at that facade there is a video store. It's Best One Video. It's like a Blockbuster but local. And something about that place kind of like catches your attention almost like you feel like something about it makes you want to go there because it feels like you could get something. Make an intelligence check for me, please.
Let's see. I'm good at this. Wow.
Wow.
All right.
Well,
Very good. Do you want to push your luck? Very nice. Yeah, that's about right there. Very good. For a moment, you look up and you think, oh, I gotta go there. But then you reconsider for a moment, and the feeling that you're getting is familiar because it's the same feeling that you had when Tony showed you the pen that he has, and there was a brief tug that says, oh, I could take that. I could have that. I could make that one mine. Almost like an involuntary avarice. And that's the feeling that you're getting from this video store.
So I think there's another artifact in that video store over there.
Is there a weird thing?
Yeah.
Oh, do you wanna try the fork to see?
Sure.
She's like very excited to use her other toys.
Yeah.
She goes into her backpack, like fucking pulls it out, like looks around.
That's the
She doesn't-
second one.
She what?
Nano, you gotta watch because now our rating is going up.
Did I say it again?
Yes, you did.
Oh my god!
Oh yeah, we're in TV 16 at last.
I'm so sorry. I
Oh,
don't
you're
even
good, you're
remember.
good.
I'm so sorry.
It's a part of us.
It's a difficult habit to break, I am sure. But yeah, you pull your fork out and sort of like present it.
Yeah, she's so proud of it.
Excellent.
So she's like looks
Do you make
around
use
to
of
make
it?
sure. Yeah, she's like gonna look around and make sure there's no one suspicious looking at them. And then she just gives a little toss right in the center of her squad.
All right. Hey, were you the one that used this last time around, or did someone else do it?
I don't think she's used it herself. I think the last time they saw it work, it was Tony who had tossed it.
Or
Right,
and
right.
Yeah.
that was right before he said that she could keep it.
All right. So then, yeah, go ahead and use a magic point, and then also make a power roll for me at hard difficulty, please.
Okay, so I use 1 magic point. The keyboard's sideways, I'm sorry. Ah! That's not what I wanted. A magic point, and then you said a power roll?
Correct.
I don't know why I'm still
Yo-ho,
on
not
hard.
bad. Well, I needed a hard roll, a hard power roll anyway, which
Oh,
works out.
perfect. Cool.
Yeah, not bad. Very good. You flick the fork up just like you saw Tony do, and when it comes down, it cling, 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 and like clatters on the floor for a moment, and you pick it back up, and all of the tines are bent at strange angles. And when you pick it up, you see that the tines kind of like move a little bit as you move it as well. And one of the tines is like 90 degrees, pointed exactly perfectly out the door towards the video shop. The others are only very slightly bent in very directions.
But they're kind of, there's most of them are pointing at us, and then that one is like out the door.
No, none of them are pointing at you guys.
Oh,
Bruh.
I wonder. Okay.
I wonder why, because it was pointing at our items earlier.
Maybe it only points at ones that have been unclaimed.
That makes a lot of
Think-
sense.
Like once you picked it up originally, the tines like reset themselves
Mm-hmm.
because you were holding your doll at the time.
Yeah. So there's something over there. It's probably bad.
Chia just takes a large bite out of her corn dog and is like, and then just sips the lemonade while listening to all of this, being
Oh,
the
did you
most
come
casual
back?
possible. She came back a while ago. Wait, did we not?
And yeah, Gia came back and distributed.
Oh, okay. But yes, she just literally came back from being pissed off, carrying a bunch of corn dogs and lemonades in her arms, and is like, "Here, dinner."
Appreciated.
Mio gives
Amazing.
her the sweetest
Thank you.
Mhm. Gia gives
and
her
the
a head pat.
tiniest the bravest smile she could manage.
Oh, very good.
Head
oh,
pats.
so excellent. Amazing. Yeah, excellent. So yeah, one of the tines is pointing at the video store. None of them are pointing at any of you. And as this is happening, you see Emily kind of like regarding this and then just going, no, okay, this makes sense. This tracks.
What?
Is that the only weird thing that you've got there, Mio?
Think so.
Do we actually hold
And
on,
then-
dude? I don't
Go
remember
on.
if I know that all the adults are like, yeah, Mio's doll is probably haunted as heck, but I don't know if she's like made that connection yet.
Mio, why don't you make an occult roll for me, please?
Okay, a normal one.
Yeah, normal old.
You're telling me I gotta beat a 5? Nah.
Nah,
No.
brah.
Nah,
As
nah.
far as you're considered, as far as you're concerned, your doll is just your doll.
Yeah.
I just have this fork. Mr. Tony said I could have it. It sees the other objects that are magic and are bad.
So it seems to do. There's one. The two options are avoid it at all costs or go and see who's got it. I am, well, a little bit injured, and she indicates to her arm. And so I think, are you, Peter?
Peter
How
got
is that
shot.
going for you, by the way? Are you doing okay? Do you need like any more painkillers or anything? Because I mean, we've got a first aid kit in this mall. I can't really do anything else for you.
How am I doing?
I mean, like you had the wound sort of tended to, so it probably still sucks, but like you're not still bleeding or anything.
Yeah. So with that in mind, I'll be like, well, as good as it can be considering the circumstances, I think we might want to save some of this for later. I have a feeling
All right,
we're
fair
going
enough.
to just keep getting injured.
Well, let's cross our fingers that we do not continue.
Do you need anything for your gestures at her face?
And she has a little bag with her that she opens up and takes out a compact of powdered makeup, and she says, "No, I'm okay."
Okay.
Oh no, she was prepared. Oh no.
All right then. So, you know the direction, at least, of what might be another one of these objects. The mall is closing in about half an hour. What would you like to do?
I suppose you can go try to find it. Do you guys want to do that?
I don't think we have a choice.
We put pieces. I
Yeah.
thought if we put all the pieces together, that a bad thing happens.
Emily holds up a thumbs up and says, "Yes. Well, simply having them near each other, I don't think is that bad. Elsewise, we wouldn't, like, I would not want to stand near the lot of you. It's when you use them together that unexpected things can happen."
What kind of unexpected things?
She takes a breath for a moment and then thinks, and she says, "Okay, so there's a leather shoe. And if you put a newspaper, hear me out, if you put a newspaper into the shoe, it makes the sound of a printing press for as long as the newspaper is in there. Not very important, not very impressive, right? Not like, world shattering or anything.
No. Okay.
And there's like a shaving razor that prevents steam from forming like on glass or like reflective surfaces, that kind of thing. Also not very important, right? Like you could take this thing and you put it in your shower area and your mirror will always still be clear or whatever. Not earth shattering. If you put those two things together, then it starts to shoot fire out of the shoe. That's how I got this. And she points to the area where she had that scar.
Gia just gives you the longest mile stare ever, and then with the same deadpan expression brings up the lemonade, takes a very long swig, empties the lemonade, crushes the glass in her hand. And then you see her just take her other hand and pull at her hair. It's quite obvious that it's quite obvious a stress reaction.
Excellent.
Right! So, the video store.
All right. Emily sort of like shuffles over to one of the tables at the food court and she indicates like, "I think maybe I'll stay here for a bit. If it's dangerous, run away. Keep yourself safe. I will not be there. So if it is dangerous, they won't be coming for me, and you'll know where I am."
He is the greatest.
And if you do find something interesting, then I suppose come back and tell me about it. I have a hot dog to eat. Thank you, by the way, so much for this. And she nods to you, Gia.
You quest marm.
You're welcome, she says in a very cold Gia is not having a good day.
Oh, amazing.
Mio's gonna like pat your hand like to attempt to comfort you.
Gia gives a soft thank you, and wait, no, she's gonna be keeping Mio with her. She's like, I don't know what's going on. The only thing, but all I know is I'm being paid to protect a small child, and I have to be able to do at least one thing right.
The next scene, she either has her like in one of those like child chest backpacks where she's just like strapped to you, or you've got her on like on one of those like harnesses.
The way
leash.
I don't even know if those harnesses existed yet in the 80s today.
Oh, I don't know.
I think they were a 90s thing.
They
We
both
can
got
look it up
sunglasses on.
during the break that we're about to take, by the way. This is a good place for another 5-minute break, everybody. Bathroom, snacks, medicine, etc. And we'll be back in 5 minutes to go to the video store.
And
The video store.
woo!
Made in the 1960s.
What?
Oh gosh! All right, it's break time. Here we go, break time. And we're on mute. I need to go to the bathroom so bad. I'll be right back.
Oh man.
Like a specific visual I have of this, but I don't remember who it was.
Well, boy, our characters are not having a good time right now. Too bad that they must suffer for our enjoyment.
I'm so glad Gia does not have the ability to see all the other Gias, otherwise she would have more than a mental breakdown. But yeah, since we are... Well, I don't mind keeping the mic on my end, but actually, would this be a spoiler? Yeah.
What kind of spoiler? Spoiler for whom?
So basically, in the Jodyverse, in the most of the realities, Gia is Jody's love interest, and she usually befalls a terrible tragedy, which ends up pitting her against Jody in some way. And in most of those realities, it usually ends with Gia's death. And
Tragic. I love it.
all of the Jodys in their nightmares see variations of this happening, and very, very rarely and very occasionally they see the good ending where that doesn't happen. So that's what I was saying. So for Jody, she's kind of confused because she saw this happening in her reality, right? But it hasn't, and instead she's run into a different person who isn't Gia but looks the same as her, and that's actually what's her name? That's Menhera Akaha's character. So she thinks that these things are either all just nightmares, that are caused by hallucinations and having bad sleeping habits, or it's not going to happen to her. And in this reality, this is probably one of the most normal Gias to exist in my multiverse, which is saying a lot.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh gosh. Oh golly golly. Goobish.
I had my headphones on that whole time, and like I'm sitting here like, oh, that's what's been happening. Well then, poor Jody. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's what I meant when, like, so also, I thought I explained this to you earlier, like way back in DMs, but when we started playing that other game, and I saw like how I forgot Ageha's character. I'm so sorry. When I saw how she was described and how she looks, I thought to myself, "Wow, that's a coincidence I didn't see coming." So,
Ageha's character was Rebecca Summers.
mm-hmm. So Jody right now thinks that Rebecca Summers is her Gia. So
Oh, jeez.
Oh no.
that's so even though they didn't really know each other very well and didn't have that much in the way of like rapport before the incident happened, to Jody, she's acting as if she's known Rebecca all of her life because she has seen someone who looks just like her in her dreams multiple times, and it never ends well.
Oh boy. That's big. That's wild.
Plot twist.
Oh, I'm pleased. I'm pleased by that. Excellent.
Yeah, I took Mio from a different story that I was writing where that's not like finished, but I still wanted to use the character. Regular Mio is the ghost of a teenager that's stuck inside of a doll.
Well, that's cute.
So I was like, how can I adapt that to this? But make her 5 and not dead. Because I still wanted to be like, I still wanted to play like a small character, so like a tiny person, that would be creepier with the I almost said it again, with the doll. So I was like, you know what? Let's get some poltergeist in here. Let's go.
Speak of that, actually. Now then, let's get back to it, shall we?
Okay.
Amazing. And there we go. We have transitioned back to the correct screen. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the thing. I'm back. I see that you are also back. How cool is that? God, Cosmo, you're so bad at this. How's everyone doing? Are we still doing okay? Is everyone's vibe still cool?
I think so.
I think so.
Yep. I'm so curious why people keep looking at Alex specifically.
The dice have fallen that way several times in a row.
Hog.
Which is very funny. Because it's either they look at Alex or they try to kill Mio.
What? Why is that?
And Gia has also taken notice by this point that everyone keeps trying to kill her charge or maim her, and she is definitely not having a bad day. She didn't say it, but the feeling, despite the shock of actually hurting a human being in a significant way, was of course horrifying. A small part of her is actually ecstatic at doing that.
Yeah.
Having beat that woman in the head.
She
Beat
can,
up a criminal.
and she cannot possibly realize that every other version of Gia also has a tendency towards violence. But anyway,
You know, it's fine. So the options had just been stare at adult man or stab child.
Oh.
I mean, I don't think that an adult man.
Oh, you said Alex. I thought we said Peter. I'm sorry.
just shy of an adult man.
I got them mixed up. My bad.
Something perhaps similar to an adult man. Oh gosh, amazing. Oh, wonderful. And everyone's still comfortable with the stuff that has happened so far, and no one's in a place that they don't want to be or anything?
Yeah, I think we're good so far.
Having a
I've
good
just been
time.
chilling. Let me take a swig of water, but feel free to start.
Having a good time. All right. Then, boy, oh boy, why is everything so difficult to make work right now? Excellent. So, the four of you together start your way over to the video shop. And, like, you guys have seen a blockbuster video or, like, a Hollywood video
Mm-hmm. Or a
in
family
your
video.
lifetime, right?
Yeah.
I missed them. Oh, it's really bad
boy.
now.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that was rough for a second there, and I don't know why.
Should we, do you want to try changing the server of the voice channel really quick?
Yeah, maybe let's hop over to collab channel 2.
Oh, I meant like changing the server region of the voice channel.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can I even do that easily? Let's take a look here.
You should be able to manually do it. It automatically sets to the region of whoever joins first. So if you join first, it would be set in Germany. And you can manually switch
that
it
makes
to like the
sense.
US and Asia and other places.
Let's see here.
I'll be right back. I'm having Cosmo try to just change the region of the server that the voice channel is hosted on to see if that improves the connection.
Oh, okay.
Because it could be that the German data center is just having issues.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Or if we all moved here anyway.
it works, right?
So I guess we're gonna find out whether the Discord
Okay.
German data servers. Oh Christ.
Oh, no. I think that's worse.
Still bad. Still bad, huh?
Still real bad. Where?
Interesting. No. I don't see the space to change the server either.
It's not in server settings?
No, it is not.
I guess we have to investigate that some other time.
Yeah, we'll have to deal with it another.
Oh.
Heading over that direction, like the first thing that you note is that it's got like a sort of neon feel to it. The whole place is just like so gaudy as soon as you open the doors, and they've got like a whole bunch of different colors of everything happening all at once. Oh man, I sure do wish it is. I think it's my computer's being overwhelmed, and maybe I'll just turn off my model for a bit. We'll see how it happens. That might help a little bit. But yeah, like the place is so colorful because there's posters from movies from like the 60s, 70s, and the beginning of the 80s, basically all over the place in this whole area. Like top to bottom, it is movie poster o'clock.
She is in her element.
Oh yeah, well actually, Gia, one of the things that you note is that there's an entire section dedicated to Star Wars stuff.
Yes!
And it's definitely a place. The person behind the counter is like a maybe middle-aged looking sort of like black hair pulled back into a messy ponytail, like button-up polyester shirt with a vest over it that says best one video on it. It's this lady who's just kind of like chewing bubble gum, and she's got like a huge wad of it going on, and is also reading a Incredible Hulk comic book as you all walk in. And she looks up and she meets all of your eyes for a moment and then completely disregards you and goes back to the comic book.
Nice.
Honestly, good for her.
Okay, so where's this fork pointing exactly in this fork?
When you look back down at the tine of the fork, it is pointing towards the door behind the lady at the counter.
Oh boy. Who among us has knowledge of comic books?
Probably not me. What's up? I'm Mio. I'm 5 years old, and I never learned how to read.
So Gia is going to ask where the fork is pointing. Someone's gonna mention that it's pointing behind the clerk in the back room. She's gonna give another really long extended sigh, take off her glasses, inspect them, and put them back on and be like, we have to get behind her, don't we?
Appears to be that.
Maybe if we ask her nicely.
it might be, if we want to get her out of there, we might need to. This sounds weird to say, but lure her out. Like asking for help in another section, perhaps.
Okay.
It's a possibility.
It's time to be a distraction.
Indeed. I'm just quickly looking up when The Empire Strikes Back was released. It was released in 1980. All right. Gia kind of gently feels her dwindling money in her wallet, says something to the effect of, well, if I'm going to die in the next few hours, I might as well take something, I might as well pick up a copy really quick. She goes over to the desk and says, hi, do you have a copy of The Empire Strikes Back?
Do we have a copy of The Empire Strikes Back? Are you looking at me and asking like we don't have a copy of one of the most important movies to have ever been made in the history of cinema? She slams the comic book down and looks over at you. And you see now she's got a little enamel pin on her lapel that just says Star Wars. And she goes, do you think that we, the video shop attached to the biggest mall in town, ain't gonna have a copy of such an important piece of film history? Be super real with me right now.
Well, she starts motioning with her hands to be like, come on, get with it. She's trying to motion to everyone else to take advantage of the situation, but I don't think it's coming across.
The desk.
You could actually like.
The lady kind of
I
like
could
shrugs
try.
and she goes, it's all what? Are you telling me that you haven't even seen this film yet? You telling me that you haven't seen The Empire Strikes Back?
Okay, this actually pisses Gia off because no, she did not get to see The Empire Strikes Back in theaters. I had work! She like starts like half crying. I had work!
Well,
Excellent.
while they're talking, can Mio just like kind of low key follow the fork just under the desk behind her?
Sorry, but the cat was
Oh
Sorry.
man. All right. So Mio, make a stealth check, and Gia, why don't you make an education check for me?
There's an
I can't do
education skill?
nothing. I can't do anything in this.
Where's the education button?
Education is up in your attributes over by like strength and constitution and
Oh,
such.
my education is 65. Let's do it. Extreme success!
Yo-ho. Not bad. You have it set on hard still. You can put it onto normal or whatever.
Oh.
But yeah. So, Mio, do you feel like pushing your luck today?
No. No, I don't.
All right. Okay, so Gia, you sort of like break a little bit and complain, I had work, and you see the lady like kind of like stop and lean back a little bit, and she tilts her head to the side and she goes, so wait, you a Star Wars fan?
I'm assuming that these existed back then because keychains have existed forever, but Gia pulls out her dormitory keys and you see C-3PO and R2-D2 attached to it.
Cute.
And you see her look at you for a moment, and then she reaches down under the desk, and you hear her keys coming up, and it comes up, and she's got a Darth Vader and a Luke Skywalker charm on hers.
God, soulmates.
And she goes, you a fan, huh? You wanna see some good stuff?
Yes.
Yes, you have no idea how much I wanted to hear that from you. For more than one reason, but she doesn't say that part. Finally, a bit of
All right,
normalcy.
like looks around a little bit and she goes, "All right, check this out. Check this out. Here, come back with me. Come back with me." And she turns and pulls the curtain to the back area open and slips back inside.
I'm gonna freak if she ends up having a real life lightsaber or something like that.
Yeah.
It's one of the items.
Oh my god, Cosmo, if you actually planned this, I'm gonna freak. Alright, so Gia follows her to the back.
She's got like, it's like a poker chip that if you like tap on it 3 times, it goes.
When you go back there, you see her, like, she's gone back to a cabinet and she like looks around and she opens the cabinet up and she takes out a black cardboard box and she sets it down and she opens it up and she goes, "You take a look at this. I got me a whole box of these. Can't tell you where I got them, but I got me a whole box." And inside is a series of maybe 8 smaller cardboard boxes that are labeled Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back 6-pack action figure set. And the picture on the front has got like a Darth Vader with like a high collar sort of cape on, and then like 2 different stormtrooper variations. One of the like pilots that rides the like zoom vehicle things through the forest of Endor. Yoda with like a snake around his neck or something like that, and then like a very sort of like combat looking drone. And she goes, "These is limited edition, you hear me? These ain't even supposed to be out yet, and I got my hands on some of these. You want one of these? I'll sell it to you."
What's the role for if Gia just wants to see if she's being bullshitted? Just because you mentioned a Yoda with a snake around his neck, and I'm gonna go ahead and metagame and say that wasn't a thing.
You could use psychology for it. You could use any of the like knowledge-based skills that you might have that would be useful. Yeah, psychology is probably the best one to see whether someone is lying to you.
Alright. Extreme success again.
Oh ho ho.
I should be putting markings in those things, yeah.
So, the weird thing about it is that what she's describing is, in fact, exactly a real thing. And the box looks. I will put it up on the stream as well. But I'm going to put it in the Discord. The box looks like this.
Oh, you've got to be shitting me. That's a real thing?
It's a real thing. Oh, goodness.
Why does Yoda have a snake around his neck? I'm being gaslit right now. I am a real... Why is IG-88 there? He did... Oh, wait, he did show up for like one scene, I guess.
She goes, "These is limited edition. You wanna get your hands on some of these before anyone else does? I got them for you right here." While this is happening, what's everyone else doing?
I can't believe this is real. Oh my god.
Did they go back to where the thing was pointing, or are they in a different part of the store?
They have gone back towards where the thing is pointing.
Okay. I failed my stealth before, but can I just follow her? That's my babysitter.
I mean, yeah, you just sort of toddle in behind, and Gia, you see the lady look at the kid and is like, "This yours?"
Yeah, she's with me.
Yeah, all right. She likes Star Wars too?
Should I bullshit the shop clerk or should... Gia is just gonna turn to and be like, and crouch and say, "Do you like Star Wars?" And she's like shaking her head and giving a grin. hoping that she'll pick up.
Mio like squints really, really hard and is like trying to picture one of the other boys that she goes to school with that has a Star Wars lunchbox, and she's like, "What was the name of that guy?" And she's like,
I like the one. His name is. I think his name is Jar Jar.
the first one she can think of. She's like, that one.
The time stream has been turned inside out.
I actually don't know anything about Star Wars, so I don't know
To give you an idea,
relevant here versus what
don't
is
feel
relevant.
bad.
Jar Jar was literally 20 years later.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Oh, that's so
give me
funny.
another funny name then.
Ewoks or Chewbacca,
Mio-
probably.
Oh.
Mio, make an education roll for me, please.
Oh, okay.
That's.
But it was funny though.
It was funny. It's just that Jar Jar is literally from 20 years into the future.
Yeah, me too. Actually, the doll whispered it to me.
Amazing. Yeah, you are able to scramble out and spit out the name of a Star Wars character.
Okay.
You get Luke Skywalker. It's the one that comes out. And,
The next one was gonna be
Chewie.
Chewie would have made more sense. Would have actually worked.
Alright, fair enough. You see her kind of, the lady kind of like grins a little bit, and then she reaches into a backpack that's a Star Wars branded backpack,
Ooh.
and she pulls out a plastic cylinder, pushes a button on it, and flicks it, and the like 1980s style like extendable plastic lightsaber flicks out, and she
Oh.
goes, "Knock yourself out, kid. Well, don't actually. Don't break anything.
Those were so cool back in the day.
Thank
They're
you.
still cool now."
She like
Hey,
takes
Peter.
it in like one of her hands and just like she's kind of like holds it against the she holds it in a way where it looks like the doll is holding the lightsaber.
Oh, wonderful.
That's adorable.
Hey, Peter and Alex, what are you two up to?
Trying to eavesdrop. I mean, what does that?
Can't really go, and that would look weird if we just went back there, right?
Well, Mio, you still have the fork, right?
Use the fork, Luke.
God. But Mio, do you still have the fork, or did you leave it with someone else?
She has the fork. It's her fork.
Yeah, excellent. When you're looking down at the doll and the lightsaber combination, you have the fork in your hand still, and you see the tine is pointing now, like kind of off to the side, to a door that says manager on it.
Excuse me. Okay. Is the door? I'm assuming it's closed.
Yeah, the door is closed. But you can see that there's light on under the door.
Have a plan. I have a backup
boy.
plan in case it fails. But she's gonna
Excellent.
try to go for the door, hoping that the other lady is distracted with Gia.
All right.
I have a backup
yeah.
in case I get caught, but she's gonna try.
Peter and Alex, you looking through the open like curtain to the back area, you see Mio just kind of like break off and look over at a door and then start like going that direction. What do you two do?
I have an impulse to try and take those keys. I'm going to, I might just try to follow her.
Yeah. Same.
If the two you want to follow, go ahead and both of you roll me stealth checks, please.
Okay.
Oh, this is not gonna go well.
Yeah, no.
Uh,
How lucky do either of you two feel?
For a 20? Not really.
Yeah.
So the two of you slip behind the counter and go through the curtain as well. And as you do, the Star Wars fan looks up and she goes, "Oh, I get it. You're all here to see the boss, aren't you?"
Boss? Gia says, like, actually, seriously? Because
And she looks over at you and she goes, "Are you with them?"
I'm just here for some Star Wars merchandise. I don't know if I have to roll BS for that or not.
Yeah, I think that one is a fast talk or maybe persuade. Either of the two will work.
Persuade is higher and it's an 11. Oh my god.
Show us what you got.
Yeah.
Oh, 65. Do you feel like pushing your luck on that?
Gia is dying inside right now, having to lie about this. I'm gonna push my luck.
All right. Worse! Even worse! Oh, you poor thing.
Oh my god.
I feel so bad for you.
Neil.
Amazing.
Look.
Yeah, so you say the thing and she just kind of like her eyes soften a little bit and she looks over at the other two and she goes, "Right, okay, but are you actually interested in the Star Wars stuff? 'Cause like you could be here for two reasons."
Lady, I did not spend the last 2 years struggling through engineering school because of A New Hope. Literally and figuratively. I am a Star Wars fan, but yes, we are here for something else. I don't know who your boss is. And there's no time to explain.
No time to explain. And she kind of like gives a nod, and then you can see that she's kind of appraising all four of you for a moment, and she goes, "The boss ain't never had anyone bring a kid to see him before, but
She actually
Yeah.
gets to the freaking door.
yeah,
You're already
all
there.
right." Yeah, as this is happening, by the way, yeah, Mio, you get to the door.
Mm-hmm.
It is closed. It's got a doorknob on the outside. What was your plan?
To open the door.
You reach up and you and push the door open. On the inside, there is a... She's got to be like 50 or so. Hair, like gray hair pulled back in a bun, with like part of it kind of falling out. Deep bags under her eyes, thick glasses. She's wearing like a white button-up blouse. She's got a little radio, sort of like playing very soft, like almost detuned country music in the background. And she's got piles and piles of like paperwork on her desk, and she's like going through it, writing some stuff down, sets it down, checks in like a notebook for a thing, writes some more stuff down, and looks up and sees you, and she goes, a kid? What are you doing back here?"
Hey, I'm sorry to bother you. I'm looking from.
And she's like kind of nervous. She's like, I hope this like in her heart of hearts, hoping that this lady is nice.
I'm looking for magic.
There is a beat as she looks at you, and she reaches up and lowers her glasses down to the end of her nose so that she can look at you over them.
Aw.
And then she goes, "What's your budget?"
What?
My what? My what?
And then she regards you another moment, and it is at this point that the Star Wars lady it takes the other three of you over. She goes, "Got some people to see you, boss." And the lady looks over and she goes, "You could have led with the adults."
Don't you know that the child is the leader?
She takes her glasses off and she kind of like massages her temples for a moment, and she goes, Your daughter here said you were looking for magic?" And then she like scrutinizes all three of you for a second, and she goes, You got anything in specific you're looking for?"
Does this lady feel trustworthy?
Why don't you make a psychology roll and tell
I
me?
would love to, actually.
Yeah, let's do a vibe check, everybody.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, I passed!
Extreme success.
Oh my god. Wowzers. Alex, you're the only one who doesn't really get the right vibe from this lady, but it's not that she's trustworthy, but that she didn't turn you out immediately, and that she didn't look at you like you were crazy when you asked for magic.
Okay.
And she just kind of... You looking for something in specific? Or what?
She hasn't immediately tried to, like, she hasn't pulled out a gun or a weird sharp object. So far, no one's trying to hurt Mio. So she kind of holds up the fork a little bit and goes,
It's something in here, and I don't know what it is. It's all weird stuff.
The lady looks at the fork, and you see her eyes just very subtly narrow. And she goes, "Where'd you get that?"
Found it.
Interesting. I haven't seen that one around in a little while. I lost track of it. Well, if you're looking for the thing that's pointing towards, and she motions to a little succulent plant on the corner of her desk.
oh god,
That
it's a
is
plant.
vibrantly green. She says, "That's going to be pointing to this. You can't have this one, but you probably don't want it, right? You probably want something better, something more. I gather that this child is your... What, speaker? Mouthpiece?"
Speaker? No, we're just looking for some magic, quote unquote, items to
my
get
gosh.
these people to keep these people who are trying to kill us and Mio for some reason off our backs.
It was scary, and she tried to stab me.
Who's after you?
I don't know.
A cowboy, some bitch,
we were
and
told that it was, Herbert. What was it? Constanlow.
And when that name comes up, like you said cowboy, and like one eyebrow goes up, and then you say Herbert Constanlow, and that eyebrow goes right back down, and she goes, You got the archivist on you?"
the what?
He's a big name within the collectors. Why is he after you? Do you already have some like I don't know, big things or whatever? What do you guys got? What do you got? And she pulls a notebook off of the shelf next to her, opens it up, and inside that notebook is another notebook. She takes that out, opens it up, and pulls a pen out from behind her ear. And she goes, "What have you guys got already?"
Person after my own heart.
Ma'am, please.
What do we have actually?
We have
Because if the archivist is coming after you, you must have something big already.
There's
She's like Mia like kind of looks around like she remembers the magic that Mr. Tony was doing.
it's like there's a spoon, but I don't know what the spoon does. And there's
She's like
There's a spoon. There's a fork.
knife fork.
the ruler.
Fork I've seen, yeah. You got the ruler as well. We got the wooden spoon. We got the ruler.
There's
we got
a
the
glass.
fork.
There's glasses. Who's got the glasses?
Glasses.
I got the bifocal.
Peter does.
Gia takes
We
a
got the. Go on.
Gia glances at Mio's doll, but then decides not to mention the doll.
Very
Is
good.
anyone gonna mention the doll?
we really should. We really should.
I mean, I can't because it's just my doll.
Gia is not interested in taking away her charge's one source of comfort aside from her magic or
It also
no.
doesn't really seem like that she's trying to like take them away. She's just trying to taking stock.
It also
Yeah, no, I
kind
think
of
she's trying to document.
it also just kept her from getting stabbed, so she's even
did,
less likely
it's
to say
true.
anything about the doll.
You're right.
What
Well,
if-
that relies on the other two. Then, are you guys
sorry.
gonna say anything about it?
I'm feeling inclined.
Do you mention the doll or no?
I'll say and a toy.
A toy. She's going through and she like puts some notes in a couple places, puts some other stuff, and she goes, "You guys looking to sell any of those?"
Is mine. The fork is mine. Mr. Tony said I could have.
Why-
Okay, little darling.
Why would we why sell? What?
Aw, yeah, info broker. Let's go.
It's the
You guys must be real new to this then, huh?
I didn't even want to be a part of this.
I'm literally 5.
I have 2 exams to study for. Oh my god.
Literally 5 and it's past my bedtime.
Huh.
Sar says this kid is adorable.
Interesting.
when
huh.
when that 5-year-old sass kicks in from sleep exhaustion.
Well,
Listen,
listen.
Linda.
I'm sorry.
Oh goodness. She kind of like she pauses for a moment. She goes, "Well, if you got exams to study for, you could probably do better, or you could do worse than getting your hands on the silk scarf. Might do you good. Just be careful about it. If you're looking for information on where you can find that, I've got it for the right price. I give it to you."
Before that, do you have a magic item which tells these people to bleep off?
And she grins and she goes, I don't keep any of them except for this guy. And she like pats the succulent. She goes, I don't keep any of them. That's too dangerous for me. I just deal in information.
Oh.
You're looking for something that'll make people go away? We got something like that. What else are you looking? What's your budget? What kind of budget are you bringing to me so that I can give you the kind of information that you can afford?
I don't want anything.
Do you deal strictly in money and magic, or are there other things that you accept? for payment.
Well, that depends. What are you putting on my table there?
A cup of lemonade.
She pulls out the spoon and says, "The spoon, or this spoon shows us the past. How much does this cost?"
Oh, I know what the spoon does, lady. The wooden spoon's been actually pretty sought after recently. I'm surprised that you've got it.
This spoon is being sought after.
Yeah. Hey, you don't think you could tell me where you got these things if the four of you are so new to this?
Would you consider that information payment?
I would consider it a fine gesture towards goodwill.
Fair enough. Deflates. She raises his eyebrows. Should we tell her? I mean, I would like to keep on her good side.
Is it the scary guy?
The scary guy is.
What was that, Nano?
Is it the scary guy?
Yeah. Yeah, there was a... Can I cover Mio's ears?
I can.
Just gonna come over and just cover.
I can cover her ears too if you like. Give like a signal or something.
Amazing.
So what happened was deafens Nano just
Mio, your ears get covered up for a moment.
fine. The doll is listening.
The doll is aware.
But yeah, it was just like, yeah, there was a man that was going after Mio here with a gun, and he was carrying these items on him, and suddenly his neck snapped and he died rather graphically.
Do you explain the head explode as well, or do you leave that out?
I might have. I was just gonna leave it as rather graphically. If she asks for details, I will give them.
She definitely, like, as you explain this, she goes, yeah, neck snap. Anything else? I don't recognize the neck snap.
Well, before the neck snap, he was like crying like this pitch-like substance. And he,
Oh, that'll do it then. Yep, that's the hairspray.
The hairspray?
What?
he also was limping in a way that had not been treated yet. Listen. He also had shaking hands. I think that was more from the fear than otherwise. He said that he was going to die in 4 hours.
Yeah, that tracks for the hairspray. Listen, here's what I can tell you already. If you're dealing with people who've been hit by the hairspray already, then yeah, you're definitely dealing with Herbert Constanlow. The archivist is out for something that you've got. And frankly, and she looks at the list that she's scribbled down of your four object and then toy question mark. She goes, frankly, this stuff here, this doesn't look like it's anything that he'd be sending people after, unless, and then her pencil taps the edge of the line that says a toy, and she goes, you guys don't have like a doll, do you? And she looks over towards Mio,
Who's like clutching it, like she's got her oversized sleeves like wrapped around it, trying to hide it.
Gia is gonna step in front of Mio because this is the third adult she's run into that has had unwanted advances towards her charge, and she is tired of it.
Oh, she puts both hands up. She's like, no. I do not want that. That is... And then she makes the motion to cover Mio's ears again.
Covers ear. Thank you for the hydrate
She
redeem.
she leans forward a little bit and whispers and goes, "That's writing your own obituary, carrying that thing around."
Sweet.
What is it?
That explains why the archivist is after you, cause you got the. And then she flicks through her notes a moment, and she goes, "Yeah, here it is. Yeah, the ragdoll, man. That's big stuff right there. I got people who have been coming and looking for that thing for ages. I don't deal with stuff in that caliber."
Does it do?
And then she looks at you, and she gets a teeny little smile, and she goes, "Well, that explains why that guy's neck turned so strange." And that, my friends, is where we're gonna end tonight's session of Pulling Its Stitches.
Illegal cliffhanger. Illegal.
Dun 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 dun.
Excellent. This is very good. I'm pleased with how this has gone today. You guys did a thing that I didn't plan for you to do.
Oh,
But
boy.
it worked out because it fell into the other bits of the plans that I had. So I'm glad that everything worked out the way that it did.
Pog.
Well done, everyone. How's everyone feeling? We doing okay with all of it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh yeah.
I'm really excited.
I can't wait to scream and cry when people try to take my doll away.
I love RNG was very nice to us this session.
Well, kind of.
Nice in the sense of making the story interesting, not necessarily nice as in being in our favor, which it was.
That's true.
I won
Thank you
two
for the
of
posture
my
check.
skill rolls. I'm so
Yeah, that's really wild, right? I'm impressed. Shall we go ahead and do all of our skill level up rolls? If you've got a dot next to one of your skills, you can roll that and try to fail it. If you fail, you can bump it up by 1.
Pog.
Is that all the ones that we succeeded on?
Correct. All that you
Okay.
have succeeded on at least once.
I gain a skill in a psychology. Pog.
Yo, hey, look at all of that.
51.
Yes!
Whoa, fumble. Excellent work.
Do I get extra if I fumble on this?
I don't think there is a rule for that, but nah, go for it. If you fail the check, then yeah, add 1 to it. You've gotten a little bit better. Impressive work.
I'll need to put a note to remember to have Gia purchase something from something Star Warsy before she leaves the area. Presuming she even has any money left after we do this item trading business.
Yeah, I think I'm also gonna give you like a couple. Like I'm gonna give you a couple of dollars.
Am I gonna?
Have a lot.
Dang,
No, Mio!
dang it!
Oh,
You had such an easy chance to get better at psychology.
Oh, now I get successes. Gosh. All right, worth a shot.
Hey, we do what we can. All right, excellent. Hey, Nano, what are you doing next and where can we find you?
Well, I am taking a break this weekend because I've been sick and I've decided to spend the next 48 hours doing nothing but playing Stardew Valley. So you can find me probably streaming again later this week, possibly, if me and my friends' cards aligned, or this Friday. I just do stuff. I just do random stuff Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It varies on the mood, honestly. Recently, we're doing Kingdom Hearts and Gaia Online's ZOMG, so
Pog.
if you know, you know.
Champ.
Hang on, did you just say Gaia Online?
Yes, Cosmo, I did.
Guy
Me and my
Online is
naughty
alive.
husband.
Listen, this game is anachronistic.
Listen, me and my buddy have been playing the browser ZOMG MMO that they had and there's surprisingly a fair number of people that still play it, so it's great.
Oh
We
my
need
God,
you wanna
that's
you wanna
so
you wanna
wild.
play? We need more people, Cosmo.
Look,
No, hard no. I logged into my Gaia account the other day just to see what it looked like. I still have like a ton of the rare. No. Heck this. Hey, Lulz, what are you doing next, and where can we find you?
I was gonna
I'm
say,
sorry, I have to slip out. I gotta go do a thing, but I love playing with you guys. I hope you have a great day.
see you, Nano.
Yeah, thank you, Nano. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye,
Look,
Nano.
if
Lulz, you do your thing.
look, if Neopets can still be alive in current year, I'm sure Gaia Online can be too. Basically, I don't have any streams scheduled right now. I did just finish successfully installing a Korean lever into a fight stick, so I'm probably going to
Woohoo!
get into. I need to stream fighting games again. I've been meaning to do that forever.
You do.
And I've been hinting strongly, using very eye-burning posters on social media, that Cyberpunk 2077 is going to be the next game I try to stream regularly again. Hopefully, I would like to do that sometime this week, but it's probably not going to be in our Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. It's probably going to be in like Tuesdays and Mondays if I can afford the time. We'll see.
Excellent. Well, we'll see you in Night City then. I'm sure that Mecha will be interested in that as well. Very nice. Lilith, what about you? What are you doing next, and where can we find you?
I might stream after that.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we know where to find Lilith. She's Lilith Bellamiri in most places, right?
Lilith_Bellamira, Lilith Bellamira, and nothing in between. Lilith.Bellamira. Oh, it depends on the account and they let me actually type it.
Amazing. Very good. Yeah. All right. Well, cool. Are you gonna go directly after this, or are you gonna take a break?
I'm not taking a nap.
That's a good way to do it. All right, well then perhaps we will see you a little later on then. And Cross, what are you doing next, and where can we find you?
I still haven't decided yet about the doing next. So nothing, I guess. But I'm on Tumblr, Cross Minecraft, and I'm also on Twitch, but nothing's happened there yet.
Fair enough. Well, we'll keep it together. Excellent. And I have to take this next week off because I have to do academic things. But we will be back on Saturday once again for the next episode of our very wonderful TTRPG that we are doing right now. Thank the three of you, and also Nano, the ghost of Nano, who is still here, for coming and playing with us today. Hope that you had a really good time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Same to you. Thanks again.
All right. Let's see who we can throw everyone over to right now. Is there a... does anyone have a suggestion for a raid?
We got a lot of people online this morning. Some of them have just started, and some are really small. It depends. What kind of streamer would you like to raid? Or VTuber, for that matter?
I've got Ashling, who is doing a subathon right now, and she's been on our channel before. Shall we head over to Ashling VT?
We could do that, since she's one of us.
One of us. It's Ashling_VT. Ashling_VT. Excellent. We will go say hi. She is doing a ASHLING_VT. She's doing a subathon right now. So let's go and bother her, shall we? Here's the raid message.
Oh, Ashling.
Let's go. Ashling.
VT. Oh, there she is. Okay, I see her now.
And then the other raid thing, not raid.
Raid.
Will look like this. Here is our raid message.
Feel bothered.
Amazing. Thank you everyone again so much for coming. We will see you next time. Don't forget to do your homework.
Have a good night, all.
And there we go.
Thank you very much for coming, Mizu, Kay, and everyone else who is lurking. It's much appreciated. I'll see y'all sometime this week.
Woo woo.
Acquire.
Good show, everyone.
Yeah.
And the stream is done. Very nice.
Now
I'm
let's
gonna head
see
off.
if I can.
Excellent work, everybody.
Thanks for hosting as usual.